Boom. Hello.
Hi.
I need one. Yeah, yours works. That's cool. Aha! Faces. Someone skip. That's what I need. Can I log in?
How do I make that work?
I don't know if I'm. Which one did you log into? Well, goddamn Biggie in the house. Heavy in the house. Yeah, Biggie.
Hey, AD.
Yes.
Did you know that Hannah is playing Velk, Eddie's playing FaZe, I'm Bjorn, and Briar's Raya?
Yeah. Didn't you?
Okay.
Right.
Cool, I mean.
Rhea and Tony have got their characters.
Just like, I mean, none of us have any clue what's going on anyway. Like, because it's not going to make much difference. Like.
Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming, the highly professional D&D show. Tell you what though, fixed on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what? I made all the windows had gone slightly, so I readjusted them all. Didn't move anyone around.
Everything's fine.
Sparky! Love it.
Hi, Sparkles.
Right. Hype training coming. I've 2 subscriptions. That's, well, 3. And Hannah, Jesus. It's all kicking off.
If we're going to do it, we've got to do it right.
I mean, this is true. Let me get the old siren going. Right, welcome to the channel, guys. Clearly, you're all returnees. It's been a while, a very long while. I know we had the Needham lot back on last night, smashing up the Inquisitor. God rest his soul. But they'll be awake for him on Saturday. You're all invited.
It doesn't tell you when I subscribe. I just subscribed.
Look at that. It's because of your job, Tony. You're not allowed. So, loads of stuff to announce for 2024, allegedly. But we'll recap 2023 really quick. It was brilliant. We raised money. We played lots and lots of Dungeons and Dragons. We did Spelljammer. Starjammer's the sequel. We did Spelljammer. We did Needham. We did When Glory's Not Enough. We did Fables Among Titans. Lots and lots of D&D. We did a couple of one-shots. I believe that was there a vampire done last year? That's how fast last year went. I don't think there was there? Was it the year before?
We played vampire.
Did you do vampire last year?
We played a vampire short campaign, didn't we?
There you go. Loads of stuff went on. It's gone now. It's in the past. Doesn't matter. Ask Rafiki. It's now 2024. Yeah, we got shit to do. When Glory's Not Enough is back tonight, so we'll crack on with that very shortly. I'm going to get through this as quick as I can. Needham's back, and by back I mean it's on the cusp of a glorious ending. Right, so tune in, look out for announcements. It's happening. It's coming to a stream Twitch thing near you. 200 players and 500 for football. Fucking hell. Nice. I forgot about all the bits and stuff. Right, we'll get to that. I'm not sure my sponsors know we've gone live again, so I'll be reaching out to them. Sparky, we've gone live, mate. So, we are a sponsored professional outfit. Loki battle mats. Right, exactly what it says on the tin. If you want maps, go get them. Battle maps, they're beautiful. Digital and physical. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning pieces of kit. We'll be using them and all that good stuff. You've seen them on our streams, whether it be live, like the week long we did. And, yeah, don't worry, Sparky, there's a memo on its way. And an invoice. I need some more minis for an announcement coming soon. Crafted Campaigns, a.k.a. Sparky. The sexy little Liverpudlian bastard. Ooh, you never walk alone. Top of the table, Sparky. Top of the table. Yes! Right, Crafted Campaign. You want miniatures? Go check out his Etsy store. It's just come up in the chat. Absolutely amazing. We used them for our live show. They are beautiful. Please take advantage of his skill set. Get all the minis you can. Started doing a lot of terrain stuff as well, haven't you? El Capitan's back here. Skip, you want sound sets, ambiance in a, Spanish accent, not a French one. They do loads and loads of cool sound sets for your games. If you are playing online, you can share a link and all your players can go, ooh, it sounds like a tavern in here, or a storm, or a gathering group of necromancers riding dragons, poking the eyeballs out of kobolds. It's a very niche sound set. Or just play it out of your digital device with a connection to the internet, sat around the table, and boom. Exactly the same, but around the table. It's amazing. Coyote Grey. I need to reach out to Coyote Grey. It's been a while since I spoke to him, but he's a cool little chibi artist. He does other artwork, but I found him through his chibi work. I love his chibi tokens that he used on Roll20. I own them all. Go check them out. They're amazing. And if you happen to use other virtual tabletops, you can download them and use them, but you will have to get them from the Roll20 market. So yes. Now, this is the first time I've had a charity actually sponsor us, but I'm super proud to announce. Well, I announced it last year, but we did the one stream and then disappeared. Sophia Pregnancy Loss Support. They are absolutely amazing at what they do. Nikki is a very, very good friend of mine. Her and her husband Tom are brilliant people. They've got a great charity, and this year will be dedicated to raising as much money as we can for them. That means whether we're doing one shots, 24 hours, any stream, Christmassy stuff or anything like that, that link will be shared quite often, and we will raise throughout the year, which is going to be cool. Just to go along with that, we have just set the date for this year's, because the week-long last year was so successful for both, well, raising a few quid and getting a bunch of us nerds around a table instead of playing online. Thank you very much to Rich and Amelia for hosting. It was absolutely an amazing experience to do 12 hours a day for 5 days on the bounce, 60 hours of D&D. It was just cool as fudge. Loads of sweets, loads of snacks, loads of dice, loads of story. Brilliant. It was absolutely amazing. So we're going to repeat that again this year. Now, the difference is, last year was a continuation of this beautiful bunch of whammers campaign. Whereas this year, that's right, Tony, you a beautiful whammer. This year is a brand new team, and they're going to do a 60-hour one-shot. I've got some plans, right? So, cheers, Tom. Thank you very much for gifting to Jelly, to loads of people. You're a legend. Thank you very much. So this year we've got a new team, new bunch of players coming in. Some faces you may recognise. Some will be new to the channel. Biggie in the house is definitely going to be a star player for that week long. So yes, look out for that. It's the 22nd of July to the 26th. All the social media stuff will be getting a lot more active again now we're in the new year, and all those announcements will be coming, and then there'll be other streams and all that good stuff. It will be for charity, raising for Sophia Pregnancy Loss Support. We will gather together things that we gave away in the raffles to raise money, etc. All that good stuff. Just keep an eye out for it, and we'll shout about it. So big shout to them. Right, that's that. Bits. We do a thing with bits. If you donate, I can't remember, 200 bits, the party gets a re-roll to use. They cannot use it on Do You Feel Sorry for the Adventurer's Monkey Face? Donate 200 bits /cheers to give the party a reroll. They cannot be used on the DM or death saving throws, and they do not run over to the following session. Says Day, we'll get it changed. I will burn heart. Phenomenal charity choice, close to my heart. Thank you. So it's the same.
We've got 7 rerolls, I think, already. Haven't we?
7 rerolls. 8.
8 rerolls.
Yeah.
7, you're right.
All right, 7. I'm right.
If you are evil and you want me to have a reroll, if you donate 500 bits, I will use it to. Well, I will try my best.
Andy's already got 1. Tony has
1. Have I got 1?
Yeah, from Tom.
Velk's. Oh, look at that! That is purely coincidental, but Velk's got 2 character portraits going up. Let's get rid of you.
No one needs 2 Velks. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've had like 6. Sure. But
So, regarding the charity, the link will pop up, and it is live all year. So, if you are wanting to, we'll share it and use it. The party have 3, Tony has 4. Nice, I like it. So the bits. What else we got? What else? Charity stream, sponsors, bits. That's it, yeah.
It's your. We haven't done this in like 6 months either.
That's not. I need help. I need to sort Ree's camera thing out as well. Recap. Are you ready? Look at this, on the fly, moving stuff around. Maps. What? I don't know. Recap. Right, you're getting the same recap I gave the players. Catch up. Bunch of fuck nuggets out on a whirlwind adventure. Back in the day, Penglai was the Pantheon of Vitoria. They had these 7 as their the 7 There's a bit of a demi-pantheon below Penglai, a.k.a. the 6 and the 1 that refused. Then the 12 happened, and they kicked that old pantheon out, and they took over. Shifted them out of the way. But it turns out Penglai is now awake, thanks to a natural one from young Tony Skywalker. 12 happened, shifted him out of there. Penglai is now awake, and he's going around ending stories. No more bard magic. Boo. This is bad. Stories end, seers, fortune tellers, poets, storytellers, singers, all that. All of that is ending. People do not fulfill their lives. Their last page is torn from the destiny of time and all that good dramatic stuff. But does this mean Velk will have to remain one character? Who knows? Not a chance. I've tried. He's breaking the fourth wall. There are now dragons back in Colossus. Turns out it was some skinny alchemist called Remy. But anyone could have drunk that potion. Anyone. Wolfbearer has been dragged along. A friend of both campaigns, Monday and Tuesday. The party are currently in a crypt of the 7. A tomb, a dungeon, a loot fest. Well, the loot all turned into glass, but you know. Apparently, because of the way stories are told, and the narrator that is Velk, the party are the new 6 and the 1 that refused. They discovered that the coin bearers are the ones that are to fulfill this story, or at least follow in its sequel, some might say. And who knows where that sequel will lead. They also gathered in the week long a bunch of wyverns that they all have waiting currently outside, like the hyenas from Lion King. Lots of you have personal shit going on. We visited Bjorn's family and discovered that they were unbelievable.
We are going back there at some point.
Yeah.
No, that was not the last time.
There is
Bjorn's family.
Bjorn's brother is
Sorry.
going through a bit of a rough time, being a rune reader, someone who uses the runes to see the future and such. And with the current situation of the magic of stories ending, has put him in a bit of a state. The apparently inferior is where I live, apparently, just in that small place where Eddie tries to kick me out every now and then. So what else did we see? Aetheria's done some stuff, Velk's done some stuff, Althea is trying
Aetheri got kidnapped,
Aetheri did get kidnapped.
and then we're hunting a small
for Everdark,
person.
I believe. And his little dwarven assassin mate who's now chasing you around the place. We've
Fight Everdark?
it was Everdark, you thought? On the
Did
back
we
of the
fight?
giant, on the back of the... Was it Everdark?
I believe you. I don't know.
Sure, it was
Yeah.
Everdark.
Althea was too busy trying to burn the dragon.
That is true. Althea is trying to get it on with the dragon.
Trying.
No, it's shallow. Absolutely no interest.
No interest.
No
a dragon
interest
is
in
trying
Remy.
to get it on with
no,
Althea.
no
okay?
interest in Remy. Her best mate as kids, you know, in the friend
Just
zone.
friends.
Absolutely locked in the friend zone. Oh, he's a dragon. A dragon, you say? Yeah. Unlock that friend zone door. In we come. Slipping in. Absolute shallow.
I make no apologies.
Oh. Remy's just doing push-ups. Just trying to keep up. One a day. And FaZe is going through some personal shit that we can't go into too much detail because we'll all need therapy. And then there's Raya. Hi!
Vibing.
Just vibing. Right.
And Beyond's dead.
That,
Don't know if I said that one.
Beyond started this adventure as an Aasimar of Viconia, a 6'5" Viking warrior of vengeance.
Oh yeah, he's getting shot.
And now, currently, he is no longer an Aasimar, but an undead creature and a dwarf at 4'2".
Gave up his height for a weapon. That's
He's all about the lammy. Anyone want this wonder polymorph? Nah, mate. Got a +3 set of armour. We're fighting a what? Oh. I would recap Velk's adventures, but that's a whole new campaign on its own. It's got a full party going on. Right, let's get some music going. You are currently in the crypt. So when you got into the crypt, you went down, you found your way to beneath this great manor of Bahamut's this Goliath that was responsible for killing a silver dragon thousands of years ago. In the crypt, you managed to come across Lydian. I can't remember. I'd have to go back to my own notes. But the Hydra. They came at you, a powerful arcane wielder with plenty of mirror images going all over the place. It was a very, very nice play on Hydra, if I do say so myself, that you killed. And was left with a lot of loot. You grabbed your things, you took what you thought were valuable, like a tricorn and a beret, and a few coins. Dove through the sarcophagus into the crypt of Bahamut, where you fought Penglai, or at least an avatar of Penglai, a creature so vast in size it's not even in the rulebook. Thank you, crafted campaigns. You succeeded in defeating the avatar. At one point there was 14 minis against Penglai. Unbelievable. It's very good. Go watch it back on YouTube. Oh, we've got YouTube! Go look at YouTube. That's what we should have said at the start. You, after defeating them, you decided to have a small rest. During your short rest, attempt at a long rest, a few things happened. A secret door to, but this, so you're in Bahamut's crypt, and the thing that stood out to you the most, let's see if we can get some spooky music going on. Bam, 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 bam. Oh. Haunted Crypt on Sirenscape. There's two options: inside the crypt and demons inside the crypt. I love it. Right, so chat, just so you know, Sirenscape is on the same sound mixer as the players, so if it's too loud, please let me know. Players. How do I share? Where's that going?
Or do we have a new one?
Can you hear anything?
No.
Maybe I'm in the wrong one. Which one did you log into, Rich?
Favorite game.
Yeah. Where's the share button?
Top right. Three
Yep.
lines.
3 lines on. Get started,
Menu
store.
opens.
Share audio. There we go.
Professional.
Right, so I'll put this.
Well, one of us knew.
Yeah. Right, that's in the
True.
that's in the Discord, guys.
Thank you.
Right, so hopefully some spooky music's coming through. You're in the crypt of Bahamut, who is the leader of the Seven, the Agasia, they were known as. His sarcophagus was there, broken, smashed to bits. There was no sign of a body, no sign of anything but a celestial hammer that Velk identified as the Swan Song. A beautifully crafted hammer that, well, the wielder, with great power comes fucking nice stats, just saying. But, yeah, it's a beautiful hammer, celestial in nature. The Swan is one of the Celestials of Vitoria. And the thing that stood out to Velk was there was a calling for it across the lake that Velk sensed during its identifying. A harmonious melody. That's the only thing within this. Bear in mind you fought a avatar of Penglai, so some say the size of a Tarrasque and bigger in this crypt. That tells you the size of it. Plus, you've got a massive dragon next to you. So it's very bare. Other than tails carved into the walls around it of this enormous, giant-blooded Goliath slaying silver dragons and such. There's no other ornamentation within here. You found a secret door that led to a lonely, dark room with a single table that had a piece of like canvas that had been torn away from a larger piece that showed you a Goliath with his arm around a dwarf and 2 twin human girls. A bottle of never-ending alcohol and a glass, and they were just sat on this table. Etheria put them all in the bag of holding. We'll sort that shit out later. Just straight in the bag of holding. Towards the back of the room, you found paint that led you to a scene of 4 artists sat by a lake of blood. One of them playing a piano made of bone. You watched upon them for almost an hour and 20 minutes, real time, just standing there, staring out, working out whether you should leap, turn around, etc. It was wonderful. They made a clear version of yourselves and drowned them in the lake of blood. There was some fear stuff, a bit of panicky went on, and you left sharpish to go back into the room where the rubble of Penglai was. Whilst in there, Wolfbearer, your tag-along NPC, who's been trying to get away from you for session after session, and was given a coin and is now one of the team, managed to find another way out of this crypt that you came in via the ceiling. Bjorn, being the rogue he is, walked up to the magically trapped doorway and took 2 fireballs to the face, blinked a few times and then was healed. But before going anywhere, you were like, well, we did just fight an avatar of Penglai and used every ounce of resource we've got. We definitely need to rest for a long time. As they settled down for sleep, Althea, Etheria, and Wolfbearer nearly died as they were hit with a necromantic venom/curse. It was pretty nasty stuff. They were in their death saving throws when Bjorn woke everybody up. FaZe came over. Some dispel magic was performed by FaZe, Wolfbearer, and Rhea, I think, did the other one. Removing said deathly poison, venom, magic-y, death stab. And a couple of strands, because every time I say lock of hair, like Althea thinks like one strand of her hair is like 4 foot long or something.
Althea is bald.
Althea looks like me.
Althea's got an undercut.
Yeah.
By lock, you mean chunk.
Yeah. Was dropped down the hole from the ceiling from the previous room as a sign to say, haha, we got you. You go up there. Just before that, you realised Rhea had a little bit of a scout when you heard the breaking of glass, and you saw that the hoard of treasure that you waded through before you came down here had shattered into 1,000 pieces of glass. Millions, some might say. Whilst up there, a necklace was thrown to Althea of her Ludus, the one she trained for, with the shield with a small chunk cut out of it and such. As a warning, as a threat, as a bit of an ego thing. Who knows? Althea tried her best to, appeal to the honour of the assassins. Tried to kill her. Fight me toe to toe. I mean,
I tried to take the dragon elevator up there.
Thank you. They didn't fight you toe to toe, and they tried to run away. But Velk, it's got a hypnotic pattern, hasn't he? So that fuck that. So that went out. They tried to avoid staring into the pretty lights, and Eduardo highlighted the fact that if they had anything going on magically to enhance their hiding capabilities, disappeared once they fell for the hypnotic pattern. So here we are, starting session 51 with 2 knobhead dwarven assassins, currently stripped down to their undies as per instruction from the party. That took 20 minutes as you all basically went, take the sword. Right, cool. Backpack? Yeah. Potion? Yeah, right. Socks?
Now we're all holding knives to their throats.
So, for my own sanity, their undies cannot be removed.
Painted them.
So you have 2 dwarfs. You did look for more of your hair, Althea, and found a strand of hair under the skin of the dwarf on the forearm. You saw it sticking out and you pulled it out of its the skin from the forearm. Both have this. Both hairs have been removed and put back on Althea's. Just get in there. Like a Barbie doll. Just like... And that's where we shall begin. You have 2 dwarves tied up. Their legs are tied up as well, because if they run away, they fall over, as instructed by FaZe. You were all very... This is probably the most organised I've seen you. It's a party, to be fair, tying these dwarves up.
Yeah, then we took 6 months off, and now we have no idea what we're doing. We were getting there, though.
We're about
We
to
were
kill
doing
some
great.
dwarves. I know
Now
that
to kill
for
some
sure.
dwarves.
I've never known what we're doing, but
Real life or in the
It's
game?
amazing.
Sorry.
The two dwarves are gagged, so they're just like. They're very nondescript. They were covered in grease. Their hair, their beards have all been greased. Their blades were greased to take the shine off them. They're in just mundane clothing with a bit, or they were in mundane clothing with a bit of leather armor. There was nothing like over the top about it. They clearly relied on the fact that they had some assistance and some weird shit going on with Althea's hair. But they don't look familiar.
None of them are my friend.
Not your friend, Etheria, no. Where is he?
He's behind us watching.
Yeah.
With clumps of your hair.
A little bow tied in
Yeah.
it.
He's made himself some pigtails.
Yeah. I can't flick my hair. If I do, a plane crashes. So what are you doing, folks? D&D, go.
Roll some dice.
All right.
Did they go
No,
for the-
no, you don't roll any dice for you.
Why not? It gives us something to do.
Not my
We
interrogation.
don't know what we're doing.
Do we want to
want to
interrogate
leave.
these dwarves?
You do.
I assume you do.
Althea didn't.
They
Just
have a lot-
to catch you up. Bjorn was going to just walk up and nail them. Yep. To be fair, there was quite a lot of conversation around how does hypnotic pattern break if you do damage to them. All right, if I just put my sword through them and pin them to the wall, does that count?
I
Yeah,
remember asking
yes.
that question.
Yes, Althea. Yes, it does. Bjorn was just going to nail them out flat, just kill them out flat. Althea was just going to kill them. FaZe was the one that jumped in to said, time up, interrogate him. Etheria, from the last episode at least, was a little bit neutral. I'm not sure if Tony had got there on the decision making yet.
I think I lost interest when they weren't the one I was looking for.
Probably. And
Oh, yeah, fuck off, yeah.
Raya's just walking up. What's
I'm
going
just
on here?
gonna- There's two of them, right?
Two of them.
Okay, so I'm gonna stand next to one and like look at Bjorn and look at the other one, and I'm just gonna put my sword against his belly and then look at FaZe like, are we like you can question them. I'm just gonna stand here nicely.
The dwarf's trying to breathe in, like as far as he can.
I'll walk
Gently
over to the other one.
Okay. All right. Interrogation for a thing I can't remember.
I'm gonna put the little axe next to like his neck, and then realize obviously because he's a dwarf, he's quite stocky. I'm gonna make the axe disappear,
Don't you assume my
And it's-
stockiness?
and it's gonna return into my hands as a great axe instead of a battle axe, with a much broader head. And then I'm gonna go back.
There is a
holding
little-
it near his neck.
There was a little bit of a gulp and a shift, and like again that whole trying to move his neck as far as he can away from it, but not getting there.
Okay. I'm going to
Um,
remove the gag off the one that's being sworded by Althea.
For a somewhat assistance in what's going on here, the dwarf that kidnapped Etheria was also the one that took Althea's hair.
Yeah.
And when you fought in that shadow realm against, and you remember that massive like gorilla mini that Bjorn's got. That was the fight with the dwarf and Etheria abandoned all party members. I was like, killing that. But that's the dwarf that's, been toying with at least Althea and a little bit of Etheria for the last, well, technically 7 sessions.
Where is he?
Okay.
He doesn't sound like
Oh,
that.
sorry. Oh, is
Leaving
he?
Althea- Where is it? Where is it? I'm going to pull the gag out the one who's being sworded to begin with.
We're
Who
staring at him.
sent you?
He looks at the other one and the other one nods. Everdark.
Were we supposed to be easy prey?
Just well rewarded.
Was it worth it?
Well, it's a bit chilly, so no.
All right. Do you know how much more hair he has of Althea's? I'm looking at Althea because she keeps asking. No, you got to ask.
17 strands. We keep hold of enough, or they keep hold of enough at least, just so they could track her. Simple magics.
Where are they?
Yeah.
Everdark.
Currently.
The dwarf.
The other dwarf.
who
The
took
one who took the hair.
Oh yeah, he ain't sticking around to save our asses. We're just
So you
hired.
accept that you're going to die. This is fine with you.
Well, if
seem
Everdark
very
comes
fine
through
with
on
it.
his promise, he'll bring us back on the other side. Take it out of our earnings, obviously.
What was his promise?
Coin. Plenty of it. But there are
then
certain
what, the
services.
death?
Oh, the death. We pay a chunk. He'll get one of his priest types. They'll just bring us back. Won't be first time.
If we remove body parts, do they come back?
He kind of gestures his hand, and there's a finger missing. His ring finger.
Oh, you should not have shown me that.
You do you. Give me an insight check, Bjorn.
Okay.
Insight check. Good luck with whispers. 14. A little bit hard to read. There's definitely a to and fro going on. Does he have an Assassin's Creed's wrist blade? Not if he's just in his undies, Sparky. No. Might have an Assassin's Creed pair of undies. Which we don't
I also
need any
thought that.
artwork for that.
It's like that revolver crutch from
Yes.
I can't remember what film.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, come on.
Is it from Dust Till Dawn?
Yeah.
Is it Dustin Ball? Yeah, yeah,
It's Dust Till Dawn.
yeah.
Wow.
I just remember Salma Hayek from that film.
I was
nothing
going to
else.
say, now I'm just thinking about Salma Hayek
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the snake. Like,
I think
yeah.
George Clooney's in it somewhere.
Yeah.
I think he's on
Only
the.
Salma Hayek is in that film.
I think he's in the credits. Never wanted to be a snake so much in my life.
Alright, is there anything else we need to know from these people?
Do they have a camp nearby?
He won't return to it. He's not that stupid. He knows we've got these two.
Clever girl.
To bring people back with that kind of priest magic, do you not need to have the bodies?
Depends if he brings them back in the same body or not.
Because
Do you
it's
not
written.
remember?
Have to.
Go on, Alfie.
I was going to say to the others, do you not remember a while ago when we first met, there was a man named Gunnar, whose sword this is, who also was confident that he was not
Yes!
that he was not going to stay dead, and I believe I probably still have one of his fingers somewhere.
Yeah, when Bjorn ate the rat.
Is there
To
any
be fair,
You can't remind me of the rat. That's fucking ace. I love you, Rich.
if
Fucking beat
they
it,
are
Saturday.
to
Did
be,
off to death.
if they're to be brought back
Okay.
as
Love
could
it.
they be brought back in a different body? Like, are they going to come back as these dwarves again, or are they going to be brought back as someone else?
let's ask. You said this isn't the first time you've been brought back.
Correct.
Answer the question.
What
You
was the
heard it.
question?
Could
Will
you
you
be
come
brought
back in the same?
Sorry. Will you be brought back in the same body? You're missing a finger.
Depends what's left of it. And looks at Beyond.
Have you been someone else before, if that makes sense? Have you, when you've been brought back before?
Always been me.
All right, now it sounds like you're flirting.
He gets to your body?
Wow,
Always been.
that's it. Unfortunately, Remy's nowhere near this. He's just sat in the Hobbit's crypt just rocking.
I'm just saying, I cut off a finger of a guy that was convinced he was coming back to life. And there's a dwarf here with no finger that works for the same person.
Valid
Coincidence.
point.
This is not Gunnar.
I
But
think
if
Everdark-
people not reincarnate, but if they're brought back in a different, if they're just tools and he's just using them and bringing them back and bring them back in whatever form he can.
I think
Which
they've
finger
left
do
the-
you have?
Which finger do I have, AD?
Because it's funny, the middle one.
Different finger.
I think they've left the finger with Everdark like a safety deposit box.
Yeah,
That's
that
like
is
also-
smart.
Also, not to mention, I threw Gunner's head in the sea. So I'd be very impressed if this was Gunner, who was missing his finger, but not missing his head.
True.
No, I think it's like a deposit scheme.
You
Clever
leave a
dragon.
finger, you get brought back through your finger.
Is
Yep.
the other
Anyone
guy
wanna give me a finger?
missing a finger or a body part?
His left ear is missing.
Oh, sorry. I wipe off my axe.
He's now got no ears. I can't hear anything. That's not how it works. Shut up, Dave.
Well, they have to die to be brought back.
It's a process.
Well, if we don't want them to come back quickly and deliver any information, we could just leave them here tied up. And then they'd slowly starve to death, die, and then be brought back, but it would take a lot longer.
Well, it also depends on how important they are to Everdark. Everdark would just scry where they were and go,
Not that
Not yet.
important. Rare.
It will it take that effort though?
No.
yeah, probably. He's a bit of a prick.
What if we bury them alive?
In what? We're in a stone room, Etheria, you lunatic.
Would only actually take a couple of days for them to die.
Sure, but it would give us a couple of days head start.
They
Well.
would not starve. The first thing that would kill them is actually their thirst.
But
Their
leaves them
throats
Oh, oh,
become
oh.
dry and their lips chapped.
We'll
So
top and tail
eventually-
them so then they can just drink each other's pee.
The urine would actually dry
Please.
up.
Please just
And
bury
the
us
first
alive.
thing, the first thing they probably drink is in fact their own blood when their lips start to break. And chap
Okay,
and
Bjorn.
start to
All
bleed
right.
into their own
Oh.
words.
Blood's not so
In-
bad.
Alrighty.
Rhea just kind of
Yes.
squints and. Oh, why
could
do you
remove
know
their-
that?
We could remove their hands and feet and leave them in here.
I'm not entirely. Look, I know I can be a little cold-blooded, but most of the rest of you not so much. Are you going down some weird rabbit hole here?
I'm just brainstorming.
It's
I
not
just
so
went with
weird.
what I get given.
They tried to kill us.
They tried to kill us on instructions.
Theory's got a whiteboard out. We could just.
I will
they
take their
made
hands and
they
feet.
made Althea bald.
Someone stoke a fire. Tying off the wounds from cut off hands and feet is much more difficult
Can
than
we-
just cauterizing.
Can we not just stab them?
No, because they would instantly die and then come back.
Sure, but
This way
Torture
we get
is-
a head start.
Your dwarven friend,
Working.
smart.
We could just leave them tied up and go.
That is the first time I've ever been called smart.
Got to look after each other, kin.
look, I carried a head around for weeks. I'm not averse to removing body parts. That's not the issue.
You could always just slice the back of their heels, then they just couldn't move.
Yeah.
And then
I
they'd
know.
slowly bleed out.
I'm going to hang out with Remy, and I'm going to go and shimmy back down the hole.
Rhea gets genuinely upset and kind of follows after Face. Like, no, come back.
If I can get back down the hole.
But how do you plan to get back down the hole?
How did I get up?
Remy, and then you climbed.
Remy elevator.
Which, by the way, I
Oh.
went back, and it turns out there was a little bit of detail that wasn't even mentioned at some points for measurements of that hole. So we're going with 60-foot hole, 60-foot drop. Because at one point it were 20 feet, then it were 30, then it were wider, and then I narrowed it by end of session. So we're just going to stick with that now.
Okay, I'm going to stick my head down and go,
It's got 17 different
Remy,
measurements.
can I climb down to you?
Don't we need to go out? Oh no, we're going deeper.
Remy flies up to the bottom of the tubular.
I'll climb down to Remy then.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay, dokie.
I'd have just slid. Whee! Remy, you better
Very
fucking catch me.
I'm pretty clumsy.
Aren't you in plate armor?
Yeah.
Cool. Carry on.
She's half
14.
plate armor.
Yeah, but
I'm-
she's
I'm
like
made
fully in it.
metal.
But you got the kit though, didn't you? Didn't the magic item want you get full plate?
I don't remember what I'm wearing.
I'm sure you.
The
What you wearing,
Raven
Fizz?
I thought you were in the
You're like-
Raven armor.
Yeah, and she's in the
You're like
Raven
me and
armor.
wear nothing at all.
It's just down as plate at the moment.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's full
So
plate.
that's plate. Yeah.
I moved my dice. I don't know.
Oh, that
Sorry.
old chestnut.
Yeah.
I knocked my
Raven
dice
armor,
down.
full
16.
plate.
Yeah, Velk's got the stats for you.
Thanks.
plate
Can I have
plus
those?
16's fine. You climb down. Being in full plate, it's been a long time since you've done anything, overly, apart from the fight with Penglan that lasted 24 seconds. But doing like climbing with plate is definitely a reminder of when you did it in your youth. But you climb down. Remy is waiting on his back. He takes you down to the floor.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna drop down the hole and then, as I get to the ground,
Have you
swing my
followed
wings
Fizz?
out. Yeah.
Cool. You fly down.
Mhm.
Who's left with the? Does you four left with the dwarves?
Apparently.
Thank you, Eddie.
My man. Can you send me the stats?
I have advantage on climbing. For fuck's sake.
Do you want to roll? Do you want advantage?
I got down. I'm good.
What are you four doing?
Bjorn is going to find a very large rock, large enough that he could quite easily smash the bones of their hand and feet.
You could do that with a small rock, like
It's not the point. You're a
like
strong boy now.
them bones. Well, they are dwarven bones. You know what I mean?
Hang on, Axe of the Dwarvish Lords. It's got a hammer on the other side of it, right?
It's an axe, mate. Like flat of the blade, handle, like whatever you want.
Cool. All right.
It's made of metal, dude. Just start swinging.
I'll leave you to it, Beyond. I'm gonna go sit on the edge of the hull, just watching below.
Bear in mind, you chase these out of the Hydra's crypt and into that corridor that you
I'm
originally
going to
came
drag
down.
them back into the Hydra's
Yeah.
first, though.
Because you immediately just tied them up there in the trap room.
Drag them back into the Hydra's.
Cool, they're in the Hydra's room. Yeah.
Was that corridor trapped?
It was
When we
filled
came
with illusionary warriors, and there was like
Yeah.
a chess floor, like black, white, black, white, black, white. Some of them set traps off, some didn't. But you guys worked it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to the next. I can't remember if there was like a cross section or if it was stairs or what. I'm gonna go down to the next bit and just check out and make sure no.
It was stairs that went up and they spiraled down, and you had to unlock them all the way down. And that's where the manor was, up on the beach manor, up and above. Are you going up there?
Yeah, I'm gonna go that far and just check out the stairwell and stuff.
Cool. So you're at the other end of the trap room.
Mhm.
The theory's at the other end of the trap room. Bjorn's dragged the two dwarves into the crypt. Althea, Velk, what are you doing?
I will.
Still needing a long rest, kids.
I was staying beyond that.
Still Bjorn. Althea?
I'm gonna go with Bjorn, and as we move, I'm gonna sheath my longsword and get out a dagger, and look at basically, I'm gonna follow in Bjorn's sort of footsteps of making them as unusable as possible should they be brought back. And I'm going to, I'll wait for Bjorn to do his, and then I'll do mine. But yeah.
These people are fucked up.
So,
That's what 6 months off gets you.
You're
yeah,
not there. Shut up.
Etheria. When you get to the end of the corridor, and there's the spiral staircase going up, like, I get that are you going up to look into the manor? Are you just looking on the stairs? Are you like what you're doing or not doing? Because walking to the bottom of the staircase is great. You see nothing other than the fact that it goes up. There's still the arcane lights, so you can kind of see like the shape of the stairwell as it goes up. But beyond that, into the manor, it's too far for you to just have a peek and see anything.
Yeah. Probably stand there and listen for a while and see as far as I can. But I get
Give me a perception check. hearing based. If you've got any skills out that.
Not as far as I'm aware. Perception. +0.
12.
It's nothing. I mean, other than the eerie sound of silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. There's nothing that's alerting you to anything.
Yep.
Like 17 dwarves with crossbows at the top of the stairs.
Handfuls of hair.
Just scattered everywhere. All rolling in it. Weirdos. Colossus dwarves just fucked up.
Yeah, I'll start walking back to the others. I want a nap.
Cool. During that walk. Faze, Raya, you obviously left first. You holding conversation? Wolf Bearers just stood there like, everyone alright, weren't they?
I think they're removing some hands and feet.
Look, they were just suggestions.
They're on.
You know.
It was a little much, and that's coming from me.
They're removing their own hands and feet.
No,
Rhea
other
says
people.
suggestions, all you can hear is crunch.
Ah!
No, other people's. And
There's other people up there.
yeah, there were 2 dwarf assassins. They're not doing very well. There was a third. I think it was Ren. I want to say Ren is the name. The name's come back to me. I think it's Ren. There was a third one, but he's.
I
done
just
a
sell
run-
fruit. I just sell fruit. They're fucking brilliant.
That
One of them
NPC we
had,
met ages ago.
Althea's hair in their arm. I mean, they're definitely tracking it. They said they were sent by Everdark.
Hair in the arm.
But,
How do you mean?
I mean, Althea's hair is literally in one of their arms under the skin.
Beneath the skin.
I said what I said.
How much do you know about oaths and bindings? And I mean of a powerful binding, not necessarily, I swear to protect you across this forest oath.
Not a lot. Well, I know about oaths to deities. I've met some paladins.
Some of our shamans in the Pride Mountains perform such bindings if one takes on a... how do you say it? Your life is forfeit if you don't succeed. Oath. Some to enact vengeance or seek heights of knowledge that others cannot. They're poor examples, but the methodology stands. Someone has given them a binding, and it would appear that Althea is the target of that binding.
He
It
definitely
usu-
didn't like Althea.
It usually comes with boons when dealing with the target.
Money, I think.
I mean of a more present nature. If her hair was beneath their forearm, they will have been given additional tools to deal with Althea. Where is she now? Where are they now?
Currently tied up, having their hands and feet removed.
And you're confident they're incapacitated?
Pretty confident.
I'll
If
take
the
your word.
screams come from our guys, not them, I'll have to climb back up.
Give me a perception check as one of the screams travels down the tunnel.
Can't bother to roll a real dice. Yeah, that's a 7.
You hear a dwarven scream.
It's beyond.
One of 3.
Rhea, is it worth keeping guard from the hole and keeping an eye on them in case you need to yell for help?
Okay.
Think
I just fly up.
I just don't want any more blood.
Said no one following the red lady ever.
Right now, I'm tired.
Somewhere the red lady just went. Just had a faint moment. Yeah.
Right now, I'm sleeping. Leave me alone.
Up in the Hydra's graphical tomb, there are 2 dwarves getting their digits smashed in. Read into that as you so wish. Hands and feet, just smashing them to bits beyond.
Yes.
That was the tension there.
Just
Yes.
every time making the strike, saying for Costo, this is not torture. This is punishment. In vengeance's name.
This is not punishment. They, to be fair, they pretty hardy about it to start with. More grunts and groans. Like, they're experienced in similar to what you're doing. But they just get to a point where they're actually like, well, this is fucking hurting now.
It's when I kneel on one of the broken feet to get a better angle on one of the hands.
It's the feet that hurt the most. When you get around the ankle bone, they're like, this is not what we signed up for. And then Steve's like, it fucking is. Just hang in there.
I'm just going to be watching and twiddling my knife, waiting for Bjorn to.
Give me
that part.
Give me a perception check, Bjorn, as you're performing your artistry.
60.
Neither of them take their eyes off Althea whilst you're bludgeoning their bits.
Cool.
I'm going to go over to whichever one.
Althea, give me a perception check.
Oh, God. Not that bad. 11.
Every time Bjorn says for Costo, or mentions Costo, you see a pair of red cloaks around the shoulders of the dwarves, like ethereal in nature, just kind of like flash, like Costo. And the only time you've seen that style of cloak before is when Faze has performed magic in the name of the Red Lady.
Do I notice this from my hole?
That is a sentence I never wish to answer. Can I all see this? Give me a perception check. Are you at the hole, or are you flying over to them?
No, I'm at the hole.
Okay, give us a perception check. Just determines the number you need.
24.
Yeah.
You
see the red lady just sat there with a glass of wine. Yeah, you see that same.
Do I?
No. You see, but it is a flash of imagery. Like, it doesn't stay there. It just kind of like breaks in and out of reality type thing. But only when you hear Bjorn. Oh, yeah, you got 24. You hear Bjorn, and every time he mentions the word Costo in whatever pattern of sentence or paragraph, it gives that flash.
Okay. I'm gonna fly back down.
Okay.
Fairly hastily.
Okay.
Uh,
In and out the hole.
I'm leaning on Remy's leg at this point. Yup.
You may want to take the Remy elevator up to the top, because Bjorn's hitting them, and every time he says Costo, there's like some red cloaks that keep appearing with every hit, and you have the red cloak thing, so I feel like shit's going down.
Unless Bjorn keeps going, they're sufficiently broken and smashed. I don't know if you're just going to keep going, but
I haven't started yet.
once you stop,
Not started yet.
once you stop, their screams stop, and they're just now sounds of great pain.
Yeah.
I don't know how flat you were trying, like A4 paper.
Oh, like shattered.
Yeah.
And
Oh, they're not using them anytime. So
that's fine.
But
like Wolverine
there
weekend
seems to
kicks in.
be some like red lady stuff going on, and just since you have a thing with that woman, you might want to.
That woman.
You might have some more questions.
I'm sure they'll be in a very fit state to answer them. Hang on. Remy, I'm sorry. Would you mind helping? You are the best dragon.
Scopes you up, flies you up to the top.
I'll climb back up.
Dragons
With
are back in
advantage.
Colossus, taxi boy.
Poor guy, honestly.
Athletics
Let's
check.
not make him for rent, shall we?
Yeah, athletics check. With advantage. Because apparently I've got that.
If that's what it says. Does your plate armor not give you disadvantage?
No.
The,
Specific skill of the
if she's
armor.
wearing the gauntlets, you said it's magical slashing +2 unarmed, plus strength and advantage on
Vimy.
Vimy throws
Cool.
if she's got the gauntlets of the armor.
Ah, yes, I
18.
can see. Cool. You climb up, no problems. And see, you don't see the red cloak stuff. And have you stopped ranting about Costo?
Never.
As if he rolled a dice for that.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
not right.
So you don't see anything that Ray was describing, apart from two very, there's two dwarves
Face?
that look in a shit state. In their
Face, is
undies,
everything okay?
beaten.
I don't know. Apparently, there was something going on with little red cloaks.
Yes, I saw that.
You didn't, Bjorn.
You didn't think that could be relevant?
Althea's still twiddling a knife. Like
Okey-dokey.
What was happening?
every time you mentioned Costo when you were hitting them, some cloaks very similar to the one Faze summons as her spiritual weapon, or that appears when she does any kind of ritual to the Red Lady, was appearing around the dwarves. Like a blink, like a flash every time.
Bjorn is going to look back down at them both. Realize that their knees are okay.
Oh God.
For Costo, I'm going to smash one of their knees in.
But these are dwarven knees, so give me a D20.
Alright.
Meanwhile, can I turn to Velk just quickly?
25 to hit.
Oh.
You succeed. They're in their undies, yeah. That mage armor ain't doing shit.
Costo at the same time.
As the stone strikes, it's like when lightning flashes. There is a flash of the red cloak around them, and it kind of whips and disappears again, as if reacting the same way they do when they like roll around.
Do I see it that time that I'm looking out for it?
Yeah, all of you there now see it. Now it's the focus of what you're trying to achieve. And the dwarf just spits on the floor.
That's interesting. Sorry, Althea, you were doing something.
It's okay, just preparation. Velk, do you have is it a cantrip that means that you can create a flame? Have I got that right?
You've been on D&D Beyond, Alfie?
I'm pretty sure we've seen it before.
Etheria set their torch alight by creating a bonfire on it.
Which
That
was a little excessive.
That was a 5-foot
Yeah,
bonfire.
I mean, if anyone could create me a flame without expending too much power, that would be great.
Althea thinks if she focused enough, she could create a small flame, enough to snuff out a candle. Enough to light a candle or a small campfire.
What about heat a small metal pendant?
Yes, she thinks.
I hold the Ludus pendant of the shield,
Okay.
and try and create a small flame, as Velk said, concentrating very hard next to it to heat it up.
Prestidigitation allows you to chill, warm, or flavour up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for an hour, so I can warm up.
The pendant gets warm in your hunt as you concentrate. You see lionesses bounding across the savannah.
Gonna wait till it starts kind of burning
You
my
could,
skin a little bit.
I can't. I don't think.
It won't be
Yeah,
enough to burn.
you
Okay.
could. It's like holding a cup of brew,
Mm.
or just a brew. Some say without. No need for the cup.
Have I got?
Well,
Has anyone got a torch on them? I need a flame. I need to heat this up.
If
Give
I'm
me
back by
fire,
now-
Velk.
Give me fire.
If I would have been back by now, I'll click my fingers, set a bonfire on the floor, and carry on walking past and
Cool.
see if Remy's there.
Etheria walks past, sets a bonfire, keeps walking. You, like as Faze is walking past, like that sort of timing.
Yeah.
You just see Remy about to turn away from the tunnel.
I'll put the pendant next to the bonfire on the floor and let it heat up, like fairly close.
Cool.
And then I'm going to approach the dwarves with my knife.
Cool.
I'm gonna. I mean, if people are questioning them,
Are they?
stop
Are
them.
people
Is anyone
questioning?
gonna stop me? I don't know. We've just seen the cloaks. Like I don't know if anyone's doing anything.
I am. Yes. Yes. Good. Yes. Right.
I then stop as with my knife at one of their eyes.
Oh, send you Everdark. Smash your hands to bits.
I know. All right, you're going to have to remind me of something here, of the relationship between Everdark and the Red Lady, which I feel is something I should remember, but I don't.
They're exes.
Yeah, they were lovers. And he's got a soft spot for her.
Lovers sounds way better than my soap opera. Brookside.
Do you not remember we had like a vision or something where he knelt before her? He's got a soft spot for her, but she turned away from him or something. Yeah.
Why is she helping? Or not helping? Hindering? Who knows? What's your connection with the Red Lady? I'm going to say to the one that looks most capable of speech.
That's the one who doesn't have his knee smashed to bits. He brings his hands up. She has my life and my spirit.
So she's holding it for Everdark.
She holds it for her.
You follow the Red Lady?
Just stares at you.
I really would answer the question and point to Bjorn and Althea.
He rolls his eyes. Yes, I follow the Red Lady.
Then why work for Everdark? Money.
So does he.
Baze. Why are followers of your deity trying to kill me?
Well, they're not. It's not because they're followers of the Red Lady that they're trying to kill you. They're trying to kill you because Everdark wants you dead. Presumably.
The same one says, clever girl, again. He's seen Jurassic Park twice.
The Red Lady is okay with you taking these instructions from Everdark? She hasn't turned her back on you because you have seemingly turned your back on her by working with Everdark, someone she doesn't appreciate.
The most powerful paladin of the Red Lady. I don't think we should question his motives.
Everdark is a paladin of the Red Lady.
Looks at his dwarven friend. Looks back at you.
I don't think gods take sides, Althea. Well, not in the way that we understand.
Or if they do, they've got their own goals at the end.
Their agenda is bigger than us. I understand that.
Does look like she's working both sides of the coin, though, doesn't it?
People that worship gods can fight each other. I don't think the gods are too fussed about that bit.
Maybe she enjoys the chaos.
The Everdark being a paladin of the Red Lady, that's interesting.
Not entirely surprising, though, based on what we know.
But paladins, I mean, do people that draw their power from deities, do they not have to be in the deity's favour to gain that power? How is Everdark still, if he is a paladin of the Red Lady, but the Red Lady has turned her back on him, how is he still a paladin of the Red Lady? Or maybe he's not still a paladin. How does that connect?
Paladins draw their strength from their oaths.
But so the oath is to the Red Lady. So
he's made an oath to the Red Lady of some kind.
What powers did the hair under your skin give you against Althea? What bonus, what advantage? It was something Wolfbearer said while I was downstairs? Down hole? While I was down.
On Wolfbearer? Just looks at Althea. We can find her in close proximity. When our blades land, they cut deep.
Good thing you were incompetent then. All right. I don't know what else to ask.
Are we done with them?
They both sort of like raise their chin up.
Paige thinks about asking if Everdark is still the paladin of the Red Lady, because that would solve some of her questions.
It's a good question. I do ask that. I ask you exactly what he said.
That's a weird. I ask you. I don't know what happened. Oh, what?
I ask you, Dwarven Assassin.
Yeah.
I ask you exactly what he said. That was in character. It was correct. Don't question me. I knew what I was doing.
That's above my pay grade. I'm just a lowly assassin. Blade for hire. Stares at Althea.
She is doing something. What happens when he strikes for Costa?
We just saw the capes appear behind them.
Are you asking
Right.
the dwarf?
Yeah, I'm asking the
Oh,
dwarf.
sorry. Okay, sorry.
Right, but why?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is the damage reduced? Are you hurt less?
Ins-
Isn't he?
You can insight check. He didn't act like it. I mean, if it hurts less, whoo, who knows what it was like on the original.
My insight's good. 20.
Seems to be telling, well, as far as he's concerned, telling the truth. He don't know what you're talking about regarding the Red Lady's cloaks.
Okay. I don't think he knows. But I'm going to have a chat with the gold.
Excuse me, Susan.
Didn't we saw the red lady like yesterday, all right? She came.
It wasn't
down and
yesterday.
helped
It
us
was
with
like
the
an hour ago.
Yeah.
She's been around, like.
Yeah, she left. She physically left her house.
Working both sides of the coin.
It seems that way.
Look, we dying or what? I've got shit to do.
You're not dying. No.
We're just going to leave you like this.
We'll make you far less useful when and if you are brought back.
What are you doing with that knife out there?
You'll see. And then I'm going to remove their eyes.
I jump onto Remy.
Remove his eyes.
You're not dying, but let me like surgery these eyes out of you without,
If you're going
without
to, if
killing
you,
you.
yeah, if you can come back, you can come back. Hopefully, without your eyes, and you'll be shit assassins.
Hopefully, great threat. I hope.
I mean, it's better than And then I'm
Realise
gonna.
Althea's a surgeon.
I'm just popping them out with a knife.
Velk reminisces of all the stories of blind assassins being better than those with actual eyes. I've seen the movies, the theatre plays.
It's a monk subclass.
There you go.
Way of the blind monk.
Come on, Althea, make me a blind monk.
As I
tongues.
hop down to Remy, I think they get new bodies.
Althea.
Yeah, I think they do
So
too.
Althea, you take both their eyes.
The eyes,
of
the
both
tongues.
dwarves. Eyes.
Yeah.
Althea
Oh, I
thinks
see.
about how, unless she is very skilled with the blade, she will simply make them bleed out and they will die
I
rapidly.
mean, you are skilled. It's probably not in the way Velk's explaining.
I puncture their eyes with my knife, being very careful to not go into their brain.
Give me a dex check. You are a 6'5" Amazonian gladiator who is well known for having 4 levels of barbarian.
16.
16. I'll roll against him. See how hard these dwarven eyes are. Yeah, you can have that one. On the first
and-
dwarf,
yeah.
you puncture both of their eyes without going into the brain. There is a shit ton of screaming. Use your imaginations. I only scream on the deathbed. Why's the tongue out, Fizz?
Huh? Oh. Well, I'm gonna
She's
take.
holding it.
I'm gonna take their tongues as well. That's my next move. Is cutting out their tongues.
If you cut
That's-
them out, they're going to choke on their own blood. This is a bad plan. Just
Why?
They're already shattered.
They're
Why?
going to
Taking
die
their eyeballs.
anyway.
We're not going to kill you, but...
I'm just gonna take a kind of a step back and just like
We're not going to kill you. I'm going to take your life.
I'm gonna glance at Raya and just go. This seems kind of gratuitous.
And then I'm gonna take the
Still holding the rock.
Wiping it on
pendant.
his shirt.
the pendant that's been heating.
Yeah,
I'll use,
it
like,
is.
A bit of
It
cloth.
is.
Yeah. A bit of cloth to kind of protect my hands, but I know it'll burn a bit. And yeah, it's going straight on both of their foreheads,
Brandon.
and they'll get a brand of my Ludus mark on their
Some
foreheads.
Achilles shit going on here.
Yep.
You'll be deaf, dumb and blind, and all those
So
in the
if-
underworld will know.
If they do come back in these bodies, which would be fairly shit for them, but they will have a brand of my Ludus. And even if Everdark receives these bodies back in any way, he will know who did it to them, and I'm very fine with that because I'm sick of being hunted by dwarves.
While she's doing this, can I just turn to Rhea and go, I think our friends are more psychotic than I am.
That was so. I was there. I was like, yes, by dwarves. I fucking love it. These fucking short
Not
ass,
gonna
big
lie.
shouldered
Of
bastards.
dwarves hunting me with handfuls of my hair.
I'm kind of down with it.
It's so-
People are having fun.
Like, if you say it out loud,
Althea
it
is snapped. Like she's just snapped. Like,
Like
we
a
fought
really rough
fucking-
weekend or some shit.
Shaving
Like,
me in
What
my
a
sleep.
Tarask an hour ago. I stood in front of a Tarask for so long.
It's definitely a stag do.
Angulai.
Oh. Okay.
And
You remove their
then-
eyes, you remove their tongue, you brand them. They scream as expected. They are dying. Like, there's
That's
a lot
fine.
of fluid.
I'm fine with that.
You're covered in it. Like, you know, you're not in your doctor surgical, you know.
Sticky.
Sticky.
And I'll sort of say to them before as I turn away to walk away, Everdark, the Red Lady, Ren, the assassin dwarf, whoever
The
is
bastard.
telling you, the bastard, whoever is instructing you, telling you to come after us, you're not going to win. You're not going to get this. You're not going to succeed.
You don't want to puncture their eardrums?
No, because I want them to hear me.
That'd be
Etheria.
too much, Etheria.
Too far, Etheria.
That was totally not Etheria. Etheria's just sickened me.
yeah.
Etheria's gone. It's like, oh, no, I like my sword. I don't like this.
They tried to respond, but they have no tongues. So you hear
gargling of
Yeah.
blood and things like that.
And they eventually bleed to death. One of them like that. The other one like that.
Can they really move their fingers with that much dexterity after the punishment I gave their hand?
And on that note, we're going to take a 10-minute therapy break.
We're not.
No,
We're done.
that's
We're finished. I don't want to know what happens in the next fight. We found this
I was the
halfling.
same one. I was fine.
So there was more to this crypt then?
Where's the loot? Any more?
So you have the two dwarven assassins kit and a lot of broken glass in the current Hydra crypt you're in. Those of you that are down with Remy and Wolfbearer, yeah, Wolfbearer's just smacking a brew. Could really do with a long rest.
Checking all of their stuff then. Did they have like poisons?
So give me an investigation check.
I'm going to fly back down to Remy and Wolfbearer and have a little nap.
Yeah, I'm curling up by the fire that Wolfbearer is using.
I will check them, and I get a 13.
Cool.
I'll take my time. I'm not going to rush
that's
checking
fine.
them.
It was more for what you don't find, but what you do find is similar gear to what yourselves have carried when spending time in the outdoors. It's a little bit lighter load than yours. Like, they don't have the winter blankets and such. It's like hammocks and stuff, like roll up, use, etc. Or unroll, use, roll up again. There is a couple of vials of grease that you've seen, like it's on their beards and hair and skin and weaponry to like dull and keep everything nice and flat. Standard knives. They've both got small hand crossbows that fall quite well made, to be fair. Not in any arcane way. They're just very well made. Someone skilled in such weaponry, as with most things, would assist them. Some might say on a +1, but they're not magical. They're just well crafted crossbows, and they have a couple of vials of multicoloured nature to them. Two are red, of a more pinkish than red, which you've seen similar to the potions that you carry, so you can assume, obviously you want to check for 100%, that they are of a healing nature. And there are two vials that, even though are corked, stink of sulphur. And they've got like a blacky yellow, sort of like a black ink with, the gold leaf, like in like vodka and stuff. Not all vodka, other vodkas are available.
Gosh,
I'm going to open one of the red vial, just kind of like fingertip test.
Again, just off that, it tastes, it's got that sweetness to it, and it does remind you of the healing potions you've drunk in your lifetime so far. The lower level ones.
That's what I'd make a poison taste like.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
So it's actually the other one that's the healing potion.
Tastes like almonds.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone put toaster on.
Knowing it's not going to have any effect on me, then I won't try that with the other vials. I will ask Belk to identify them if they can.
You are given 2 vials of black ink. Fuck that, mate. Saving these healing potions.
Cool. I'll just smile.
Take the rest of my long rest. Are we all having a long rest? Is that what everyone wanted to do?
I
Yes,
love the
please, very much.
optimistic
Yes,
thing.
thank you.
Where? Are we back in Bahamut's crypt?
Bjorn's just sitting there like completely fine.
Are you setting back up again the... Well, that's because you've had 2 short rests, mate. You're a warlock. Are you setting up as you were before with Bjorn because he's got his 4 hours and all this good stuff? You've got Remy watching the tunnel from the ceiling. You've got where the fireball doorway went off, but you didn't go that way. You were like, we need to rest before we go anywhere near that. Or the way where the spooky blood artists were. And you're going to sit and chill.
let's rest.
Previous setup.
Yeah, previous setup. I'm going to watch the fireball doorway just in case something comes this way.
Cool.
Before the fireball goes out, I'm going to put the eyes and the tongues in it and let them burn and crackle away. And then go.
Wolf Bearer is there just making, like, as his kettle comes to boil and he starts, like, dishing out, and you walk over and just go... He's like, delicacy of yours, or do we want a mash? He asks you
Ash,
off
I
it.
think.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
He's
Ash,
asking if you want them cooking
sorry.
or
No.
getting rid of the evidence.
We'll let the tongues and the eyes. Yeah.
It's got a
They're
smell around here,
to
just
burn.
so you know. And a horrible smell of flesh. And this is a tongue. And the eyes pop and sizzle and, reminds you of bacon.
Actually reminds me of my mother's cooking, but
Jesus. Whenever them bandits came round. Just rip out their eyes.
smells like ghost tongue.
Oh, God. You all...
Fucked up.
I'll spend the time identifying those.
What, just before you get your head down? So...
Like, I don't really need a rest, I don't think.
Well, you'll need a long rest to avoid being exhausted.
Oh, is it a long rest? I thought we were
That's
just
what,
doing
yeah.
a short.
Well, you can have. Well, you've had 2 short rests already,
Yeah.
which is pushing it.
Yeah. I did really, yeah. That I can get, yeah. I'll
Yeah.
do the identification.
So you'll need a long rest for spell slots and avoid exhaustion mechanically. You identify the vial?
Yeah.
The first thing, when you're via ritual, I assume, you put out your pages and you're doing your thing and telling the story of this vial and how it came to be and in your possession and all this good stuff. You constantly see an image of Althea. Like, when you're doing your imagery on a night and you're like summoning the illusions and stuff like this for the story of the day, and that keeps happening as you're identifying this. You keep seeing Althea, like just walk from left to right, or knelt in front of a shrine, or sharpening the sword. Just little flickers of like snapshots of Althea's everyday life type thing. The smell is horrifically sulphuric. It is potent. You pop the cork just to let the aroma swell in the identifying ritual, and then pop it back on, and it kind of adds to the mix. On the popping of that cork, you see shadows all about Althea, just silhouettes reaching out from alleyways and from under tables and under beds and from the rafters in buildings, just that sort of surrounded by a darkness reaching towards her. Then you see the bright lupine yellow eyes of a wolf just in the shadows, hear the growl, the little wet nose just beyond. And then the ritual finishes. The poison you have, or the venom you have, can be applied. It takes a full action to apply it. So from that, even if out of combat, you would still require that mechanic to apply it. A full action to apply the venom to a blade. Once applied, the striker, so you have to be the person swinging the blade. It's how do I word it? It's like a short-term attunement. So you couldn't put it on the blade and give it to somebody else to use. If you put it on the blade, you're the one attuned to the strike. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You have advantage on the strike. It's an automatic crit. There's a Constitution save required of a DC 17. If you fail that save, you're instant death saving throws. If you succeed, you just take the damage of the knife, which is a D4 plus strength, obviously normal dagger, yeah, and 8d6 necrotic damage.
Can you apply it just to a dagger? Like if you, or it's the
A blade. It has to be, but it
So
has
it's
to be
the
applied. So
8d6,
yeah. So here's the thing.
8,
Yeah, it has to be applied to a mundane weapon. If you apply it to a magical weapon, it will just roll off the blade.
I can't put it on both my swords.
If you want to kill Althea, mate, we'll make an exception.
Does it do?
We were going
Does it
to
do
we were
anything
going to
different
fight.
to Althea?
If you hit somebody else with it, it's the normal dagger. DC 17 con. If they fail, they're poisoned. You don't get the extra damage or auto crit or advantage.
Yeah.
During your
Some of Althea's
storytelling,
hair in it.
that's what I was about to say. During your storytelling, you will see a single strand of hair put in the vial.
Sorry.
I don't like you.
Where is this?
Cool. I will wrap that up and then go back to writing
We're keeping it.
the little book that I was writing during the long rest.
Okay. As your
What
long
happens if I sleep in this dwarven assassin's room? Nothing could possibly go wrong. Sorry, carry on.
you fully earned this, Althea.
Bjorn wonders whether he should check Althea for a massive bald patch.
How did I earn this?
You slept in an assassin's bed.
True. I mean,
Deliberately,
true.
you deliberately provoked him. It's all recorded. We got 60 hours of it. Like you fully was like.
Althea has
DM,
stared death in the face so many
DM, I
times.
want to go over here, away from the party. Why? No reason. Just going to go back to this fella. Just going to go down the corridor. Is this his room? Yeah, this is his room. Just going to get in there, take a shit in his bed. I just want to see what happens.
He didn't get this mad at me, and I
I opened the box, didn't I? And then
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
there was a paw in there. Yeah.
Etherea's fun time. Right, you've got yourself a little pal now with it. As you all settle in the whatever way you need to perform your long rests, identifying rituals done, mountain tea drunk from Wolfbearer. Remy goes back to sleep, turns off the taxi light. We'll have a little break and come back after your long rest. All right. First break of 2024, except they won't need them, Sure. Did you not have a break?
Have a break.
Well, there you go. First break of 2024, bitches. Right, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Go check it. If you don't follow the social medias or that, go check them out. Hannah, could you put the Sophia pregnancy link back up in the chat just to remind folks?
Are we definitely getting a long rest now? Can we click that button?
You can click the
Or is it
button.
not?
When we
Okay.
come back, you will have had a long rest.
Okay.
Right, we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes, guys. Take care. Velk and Althea moved. There we go.
To be fair, Belk could play any one of us.
Yeah, but it's you lot playing Velk that worries me.
A 3-foot version of us.
Yeah, 3'3" Althea.
With a white mustache.
Right, welcome back. If you've just turned up, cool, we're playing D&D. If you've been here a while, we're still playing D&D.
If you've been here a while, you know how much of a lie that really is.
Playing D&D and just, you know, look, we've got it on the Twitch tag, so it means category, so it means we're playing D&D. I just, Jesus, wept. I just saw the category on my stream thing, and it said 513 viewers, 774,000 followers, and I was like, what the fuck? And it's the actual category, not us. I straight up was like, I'm just going to go faint. Never fainted, never will. Prove it. Right, so you have a long rest in the crypt of Bahamut. Hopefully the scary music's still coming through. It is on my end. I don't know how loud it is for yourselves. So you are in the crypt of Bahamut, yeah? You have the option, a couple of options. You don't know if, you know, when did you get there? I'm pretty sure you got there at night time, did you not?
Yes, I think so.
Raya,
I think it was sundown.
Yeah, so
Just as.
Raya will feel that it is super early in the next day. Maybe not quite dawn, but definitely an early riser. You have, going back up to the Hydra's crypt and out the front door where you came in, you have the option to go through the secret room that was clearly someone's, you know, staring at a picture drinking room, that leads to the artistes of Musa that Faze remembered. Or you have where the fireball trap went off and a door of sorts leads away from this crypt.
I think we need to check that one out.
I think the fireball trap's better than the blood river with the musicians of creepiness.
Yeah.
You agree? Does anyone else want to go first?
I'd like to go in front of you. You're really sticky. I'll go with Raya.
Might want to check for traps.
All right.
Okay. I'm good at looking at things sometimes.
You're checking for traps on the door that you set the fireball off on?
No, as we go down.
I see. Okay, I'm with you.
As we go.
Yeah, sorry, I missed that bit.
I feel like we sort of covered.
I was like, there's
Covered traps for
definitely... Okay, my bad. Right. As you get towards the door, you can see that it is quite a narrow corridor, so it would be single file. Remy ain't getting down it.
You got the spell Find Traps, right?
Did you prepare it this morning?
I think I've got it.
I think I was still having a big think about it. Just a really, really big think about what spells I thought might come in handy today.
You've got Find Traps.
And I do just so happen to have done Find Traps.
So whilst that incredibly complex bit of druiding's going on, Wolfbearer will approach Althea. I'll remain with Remy. As Remy stares at the single file hole in the wall.
Thank you.
Remy kind of looks at all of the exits to this room and looks downhearted. And Wolfbearer just pats him on his enormous ribs.
Faye's mentioned when we were with the dwarves that you spoke to her about oaths. Is there anything that I can do to not protect myself but make it harder for them?
In regards to what? The dwarves, you just...
Yeah,
And then
because
looks
there's still
at the smouldering ashes in the air.
there's still one out there. There's still the one that kidnapped Etheria, the one that kind of seems to be not pulling the strings, but he seems to be the one in control of it all. Obviously, Everdark's the one pulling the strings, but
I don't know how it works in Ravenholm and what they would call their practitioners, but the shamans of the Pride Mountains, if you were to take their life, it would break any binding that they created. Or if they were willing, they could do a counterbind. The original one would remain as it is to the death, but could set you on a path to face it, and I don't know. Maybe be better prepared.
That's fine.
If we're ever in the mountains, this little Tia, hey, just a scout. I can introduce if it's something you wish to pursue. But
If the problem is ongoing and we are in the mountains, of course.
Then using the word oath is a romantic way of a sales pitch. Binding yourself through that of another always leads to a darkness not always wished. Just be wary before committing. I'll keep them lot alive. I don't want to stay down here with a dragon forever. You assume Remy's laughing, or maybe threatening Wolfbearer. There's just a growl.
I'll give Remy a little pat on the nose and then go with the rest of them.
Nuzzles into you and then fucks you off. Yeah.
Who's a good Remy?
Me. So, who single file down this corridor? Who's going first? The fine trapping druid with 3 hit points, or the tank Velk? What's your order of march?
I think Rhea was going first with fine traps, and
I
follow
will-
Rhea.
Sprinkle out some fine traps.
You're going to do this.
Who's behind Rhea?
Me.
There he is.
Oh, okay.
Too slow.
Who's behind Fizz?
Me.
Who's behind Bjorn?
Althea's going at the back, so
Why not?
That didn't answer my question, Althea. Who's behind? Not me. All right, thanks for joining in. Who's behind Velk? So Etheria and then Althea.
Yeah. Anytime I feel Althea catching up a little bit,
You did it.
I step a bit quicker because I don't want that sticky shit on me.
We're not even
like
going to
chase Etheria like this.
Whilst you two are dying at the back. So, can you describe to me, both mechanically, what Fine Traps as a spell does? And how you're
Fine traps as a spell, mechanically, I sense the presence of any trap within range that is within the line of sight. A trap for the purpose of this spell includes anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect that you consider harmful or undesirable, which it was specially intended as such by its creator. Thus, the spell would lessen the area affected by the alarm spell, a glyph of warding, or a mechanical hit trap, but would not reveal a natural weakness in the floor or unstable ceiling or a hidden sinkhole. It merely reveals that a trap is present. You don't learn the location of each trap, but you do learn the general nature of the danger posed by the trap to you.
Okay. And what's the range? You said within range.
Within range is 120 feet.
Oh, cool. Even better. So, marching down as you do, it seems you feel it immediately that it's going deeper. There is a downward gradient to it, only ever so slightly. The corridor you walk is manufactured. It's not a natural like hole in the ground, as it were. It's not a tunnel. The stone is smooth underfoot and either side of you on the walling. And as you are, is it a duration thing or is it a cantrip? Is it a like?
It's a level 2.
It's a level 2 spell. And do you put it up and concentrate, or is it a single pulse?
No,
Instant cast.
Yeah, instant cast.
And it's just once in 120 feet.
Yeah,
So,
pretty sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
in that case, this is a very long corridor. You can't see the end of it. The light here seems to... The light in this corridor seems to be created by the dust falling in front of you. Yep, so imagine a firebook. Yep, quite big.
Yeah.
Quite big. Imagine tiny particle. You just see the dust. But the dust itself is lit. It's got a silvery aura to it, but these are tiny. And it looks like dust, but enough to create a dim light along this corridor.
Would I have recognised from anywhere before? Even
Fair
though I'm a
shit.
very overground creature.
Fair stuff lighting up is not new to you. In the material realm, usually magic is your only experience so far. It would not surprise you, even though you couldn't recall anything of a tiny little creature that emits light that's not a fae. But
Okay.
you don't know it off the top of your head. What could it might just be magic dust?
No,
or,
that's fine.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check whether it was conjured, whether
Yeah.
it's an after effect or something.
So, because this corridor is so long, you're going to have to judge your 120-foot spell. So,
Okay.
as you're plodding along, you're about 30 feet into this corridor, enough that everyone's now in and out of Bahamut's crypt.
Okay.
Right, and I'm going to stop you every so often to ask you if you're going to cast. This may be to catch you out, so you waste your spell slot, or it may be to so you can catch the trap. It's entirely your judgment call.
Okay, so I haven't cast it as of yet, correct?
I will say no, and then you get to choose, because I don't want to just take a slot off you for no reason.
Fantastic, because I only got 3, so thanks. And I feel like I'm going to need a lot more of these.
Walking carefully.
You cast.
Yeah. First 2 of you die. You're about 100 feet away from the Bahamut's crypt entrance that you walked into. Do you want to cast it, or do you want to move on?
I would like to move on, please.
Cool.
Can we all be looking as we go as well?
You can be, yeah.
I
Where
feel
you
like we're in a
looking?
game show.
Yeah.
For money? Or would you like to
The price is right,
yeah? Higher or
I hate
lower?
this.
Cast
Do
it
you
when
think you're
uh,
110 feet away or 120? Your choice.
So 100 feet in, you guys are looking. Your perception checks are at disadvantage because you're in single file and Ray's in front of you.
Oh, yeah, I'm tall.
You're a large bird lady.
I am a large bird lady. Shit. Forgot about that, Nugget. I'm
That's
usually
alright.
short.
Usually.
14.
14. I'll do it as a group spot thing, except you, Raya. Yours is separate because you're concentrating on your spell.
Okay.
Or as in concentrate, as in literally concentrate, not magically concentrating.
Yeah.
The wording in this
13.
bloody game. 13, 14. Etheria, are you having a look or just not caring?
I'm looking around, I guess, but 10.
If there are traps, the DCs will be significantly higher the further down the queue we go. Yep. So Althea at the back needs a DC of 25 times 6. Add the
I
4, carry the 2.
I've got a 9, so
Althea's a trap above your head.
danger sense.
Danger, danger. It's Etheria. She's got a sword out. What
The
did you
dwarf
get,
on the
Etheria?
ceiling.
Did you roll, Etheria, a perception check with disadvantage?
10.
10. Velk, are you attempting? No. I trust the druid
Don't
at
give
the
a
front.
fuck.
So you got to your 100 feet. You said you're not casting.
I'm tiny.
Yeah.
Whatever comes down is going to hit us.
You
You've
can
got-
see
you
the
can see
legs.
through the legs, mate.
See through the legs.
She's going to
Swinging
stand
log
on that.
trap.
She's going to
Swinging
stand
log
yeah.
trap completely
Just-
misses Velk.
Velk's just walking along.
Just looking at the floor, and oh, there's a trap there under Beyond's foot.
You don't want to stand there beyond that. So you get to your 100 feet, you don't cast a spell, you move 10 feet forward, and you hear a click.
Cast it now.
And literally, Raya goes, fuck!
You have chosen poorly.
All of you, give me a dexterity save.
Does danger sense count? Is this something that I could see?
You get that when you see it coming, right? There
Can
are
I see this coming?
5 people in front of you. You do not see it coming.
Is it a dex save?
It is a dex save, yes. 8. Okay.
6.
6.
17.
14.
Etheria and Velk.
An unnatural 20.
Oh, natural, you dirty bastard.
An
All
8,
right, you. Yeah.
an 8, but I'm also short.
Still a
So am I.
medium. Still a medium.
Ah,
If this is a wearing blade coming at head height, I think me and Velk should be all right.
So Velk, you just got shorter just for this trap.
Bjorn is also short. Like
I'm
Bjorn's
4
short.
foot
Oh, yeah.
two.
Yeah.
I am beyond short as well.
That's not short. Right.
I've always been short. I'm short and
The
thick.
the arcane arrows that shoot down the corridor. Yep. Go through all of you. Yep. Velk, you take half damage. Who got 17? You take half damage. And I get my dice out. No.
Not bardic. You're banned from using bardic inspiration dice.
I've only
Sorry.
got bardic inspiration dice.
No.
Oh, and my
you-
rose dice. I can use my rose dice if you want.
I feel like this
I
can be
need
more.
I need to roll a few of them, so. Well,
Rhea
that's-
kills
that's
Faze, she'll never forgive her.
Sweet. Fucking
I think Rhea's gonna die before phase.
Brilliant.
We've just had a long rest. Surely
All got
one
rerolls.
phantom arrow can't
Those,
do more.
those that got under 17, so 16 and less, you take. What did I say? You take 28 points of damage, and the 17 and above, you take half of that, so 14. Yeah, 14 points of damage.
It's just piercing.
It's just magical.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I've got 10 hit points.
So it's
I'm
it's
fine.
no piercing, no bludgeoning, no nothing. It's just a magical
damage.
damage done to you. And the arrows just dissipate like. Raya.
Ow.
With confidence, as you remove your foot from the tile on the floor that you stood on, it does not raise back up. You are confident the trap has been sprung.
No, let's just say skillfully disarmed. Clumsily disarmed. There we go. Clumsily
You are
disarmed.
confident the trap is disarmed, as is Etheria. What's going on here? Your mates look like the dwarves upstairs. You carry on.
I forgot about the rerolls.
I know, all 8 of them, brilliant.
I know. All of us forgot that there were rerolls to be had.
I'm just sat here raking in the bits.
I
you know
didn't.
what I mean?
Yeah. Reroll. Oh, I'll get lower.
That'd have been brilliant. Unnatural 20. That'd be that shit. 2. Rhea, you're at the lead. Do you carry on? Still seems to just be an ever going corridor.
This is a really long corridor. This may get painful. Do we want to continue? Like this is longer of a corridor than I can magically manage.
Okay. Is there someone who's good at detecting traps?
Rhea's got a spell that does it. What else do you want?
Well,
It's
if
the
Rhea's
best
spell's
that we're
going to run
getting.
out.
Only if
yeah.
she uses it.
Just in case, I do not have any more energy to be able to expend to be able to find some traps. Is there anyone else that is good at seeing this shit?
Let's just walk and just hope that the damage isn't, by the time we get to the end.
Let's walk and not die.
And you thought you could precision surgically remove someone's eyes. You know what I mean? Just walk through the fire. What's up with you, man? Dexterous.
Very cold. Like,
I continue walking.
Nobody tanks a trap on purpose. We need to be careful.
I have done it
about this.
many times and survived.
I've done it a couple.
I've done it every character I've ever played.
I opened a death box.
Perhaps cast the spell.
I
You cast Dispel.
Rhea, if you run out, I'll take over and
Cast-
I'll look.
Cast the spell.
Oh,
with
right.
an
Okay.
accent.
okay.
What, mate? I was like, all right. you Dispel.
We can continue walking.
We've just
Cool.
had a trap, so like law of averages, we should be good for a bit, right? Like,
No, cast the spell.
That's how my brain works.
Not gonna have
Sparkle,
two in a row,
sparkle.
surely.
You still feel like it's going downwards, Rhea, as you're only ever so slightly. You do another 50, 60, 70 feet. Nobody seems to have died. Give me a perception check.
I'm good at these ones. I hope.
We'll decide that when you roll a number.
A 27.
That is well
Very shit.
justified. Well justified. You can hear water all around you, as if you are in a body of water. It's all around you, above you, at the side of you. You can deduce that this tunnel, this corridor, is beneath a body of water, and you're like going through it, ye old channel tunnel style.
Can I inspect the floor and walls for any potential cracks or leaks, please?
With a 27, you see no, but you are very confident that this is some good crafting. Yeah, none of it
It's-
dwarven.
I was going to say, is this dwarven
I
stonework?
was reaching out, immediately gonna teleport away.
So we're thinking this is a pretty sound structure. It's not just going to collapse any second.
Definitely feels that way. Yeah?
Okay, sound.
Well, yes, that's what you established, yes.
Shut up. I would like to detect traps. Find traps ahead of us, please.
You don't want to carry on?
No.
Okay. 120 feet, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Haven't we just done 50?
From the last
70.
time. So you walked 100 feet. You walked 100 feet. Then you did another 70. You've realised where you are. Rhea's now checking for traps with her magic spell. Let's get my little map out.
Because I just don't trust that this thing isn't gonna go kablooey with some arcane magics and we all drown. Almost again. Like being
120
flushed out of
feet, yeah?
toilet. Yeah.
I just need to do some maths.
AD's just playing battleships.
E6! You little fucker! 80 feet from you.
Uh-huh.
Yep. On the walling, so imagine if you were stood there, like it'd go like an archway around you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There are glyphs, small arcane glyphs that kind of go whoom, as your trap picks them, like pulses out and picks them up.
Uh-huh.
It picks up that it would hurt if you set this off. The intention of the trap is to hurt the person. It is magical, not mechanical.
Uh-huh.
Passing through that area is the trigger. I don't know if that's what it tells you, but that's what you discover.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. This is not okay. Okay. Cool. I, in that case, then would like to dispel magic, please.
What's the range of that?
120 feet.
Cool, yeah. 80 feet away. Boom. Can you give me a d20 roll, please? Plus your modifier. What are your wisdom? So plus your wisdom modifier.
Wait, Rhea, I could do this instead and you can save your spell slots, because you can use higher spell slots to cast lower level spells if you want to continue checking for trap.
Not
Level
with-
9 spell, find traps.
I'm pretty sure that I can't do that with find traps.
Could do it with any.
Any spell slot, Hannah. Any
Yeah,
spell
you
slot.
can-
Oh,
could
so it
yeah.
lied to me.
You
Cool,
can
yeah,
sacrifice them.
sounds-
You can sacrifice them.
In that case, then I'm gonna prep myself and then be like, actually, hey,
Fizz, you do
Faze,
it.
Yeah,
could
take the
you-
wheel.
Could you maybe just dispel this magic for me, please? It's like, can you see those like glyphs on the walls?
Fizz can't. Unless your spell says it highlights it to your friends. I think it's just you that sees it, is it? Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
You could point down the corridor.
Yeah, you can point to a target, it's fine.
Down there, dispel.
And dispel,
Please.
is it AoE or you got to target it? or
It
both?
it's one object, feature, or magical effect within range. It
Okay,
doesn't
okay, so
specify
it's
how
sort of-
you find
yeah.
it.
Okay. Go on then. Well, you got to roll a d20 against it anyway, so We'll say that you know in the rough. I'm assuming you utter the words 80 feet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So best guess.
I did say 80 feet down there.
I'll up the DC by 1 because you've no idea where it is. So there you go. D20 plus your wisdom modifier. Yeah, cleric. Yeah, wisdom modifier.
Okay. That is. What's my wisdom modifier? Oh, I'm kidding.
+4?
I haven't got a clue.
That is 19.
Cool. You reach out. Best guess it. Poof. Your spell goes off. The red lady whispers in your ear, "Well done." And you are confident the magic has been dispelled?
I'm confident the magic has been dispelled.
Can I still see the trap?
No, because yours is a pulse. Poof.
Oh
So
shit! Yeah, it
you'd
is.
you'd have to cast it again to confirm.
Absolutely fucking not.
I love that. I'm confident it's gone. I'm just going to check. I know we're best mates and all, but
I know,
I'm
the faith, am I right?
Just going to check again. Because that ball prick that keeps whispering in my ear.
Yeah, don't trust him. He's a bit shady.
I
Cool.
won't trust him.
You two, if you get tired, I can also dispel magic.
Cool beans.
Da-
You've only gone 250 feet.
we're gonna
8
get
miles long.
Get to that fight, you'll be like, "Can we have a long rest before we fight you, mate?"
eight sessions later.
So you move. Do you move up
Let's-
to where? I mean, you've got a rough idea. You could pretty much stand where that trap was, right? Knowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you move up. You're 250 feet in now. Yeah, which is a decent distance, but it's not a long way in. All right. Ahead of you, again, it goes straight, and now you feel the closer you get to where that trap was, you can feel that there's a bit more. The gradient, like it gets steeper here. Like you can feel yourself. You kind of lean back a little bit at this point to like steady yourself as you're walking downwards. But this downwards bit is shorter, like 25, 30 feet tops, and then it plateaus out again. So it feels a bit flatter now, like you've gone down like a step almost.
Okay. Because obviously that trap was 180 feet. Did I see anything else further from that to my 120?
Nope, because it's line of sight. And
because it drops.
Down,
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're now at the bottom of that thing. Nothing's gone off. Ahead of you, you knowing where you are and knowing that you're beneath, a body of water, like a high percent, like that 27, like you're constantly aware of it now. You don't have to keep listening out for it. But there is a breeze, when you're in a cave, and the temperature is vastly different to that outside. You probably experienced it when you were with the elven thief in where you turned all the people into zombies. When you were in there,
Thanks.
like that chill temperature, even though it's got that Mediterranean sort of climate outside, being within that cave was quite icy cold, not freezing, just that thing. And you'll feel that sort of temperature chill breeze coming towards you, as if it is somewhere at the end of this corridor opens up into something.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
there's, something is blowing a breeze towards you.
I
You've
turn to
on-
the rest party.
yeah. You've only
and I'll
moved
be
30 feet, so
That's fine. I'm going to turn to the rest party and be like, right, this is going to be a little bit more of a steep drop. I'll go down first, detect any more traps, because the last thing we need is all of us being taken out by a trap that's coming directly in front. Does that sound good?
I don't like you going on your own.
What's the worst that's going to happen? I'm going to die. And what? You just know not to go down there.
I mean, flawless.
Yes, that's the issue.
If I'm
Absolute
remembering
flawless.
correctly, AD, that
I don't know, man.
there's a manor that we entered up
Yeah.
top. That was on the coast, right?
Yeah, it's a beach. It's got like it was a lake. It's a lake house.
A lake. So
Yeah,
we're surmising then that we're effectively now we've gone under the lake.
Under the lake.
Geographically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Okay,
going to
yeah, but
go
well,
down
next time
there.
you cast it, shout and we'll come down to you.
So
Yay.
Raya, like you move up to where I'm assuming you follow her up to where you just dispelled the trap. Yep.
Yeah.
Raya only goes like 30 feet more, like down, like it drops from that downwards. So you can still see her. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a massive disappearing like ledge. It's just a bit of a steeper gap. So you can see her walk down that little slope of 30 feet, and then obviously it stretches out a bit more. It's about 7 feet high, is the actual corridors itself. So there's a bit of headroom when she goes down. You can see that it does carry on. Ray, you've only moved 30 feet-ish from the last trap.
Cool.
It's entirely up to you if you want to spaff out another detect, or, you know, why would anyone put 2 traps close together? You know what I mean? It's just madness.
Yeah, crazy, right? Crazy. How far can I see down this next stretch of...
It seems to carry on. There's it's easily a few hundred feet more to go. Like you've got
cool.
really good vision, and
But
it gets to a point where it is just dark. Like it's just too far.
Could
but right in front of
see
you,
to my 120 feet.
it's that dust that seems to be giving light to these corridors. A dim light is still there.
That's fine, as long as I could see to the end of my ping. That's all that matters. I'm going to find another trap, please.
Cool. Boom.
Or hopefully not find a trap.
120 feet in front of you down this corridor. Picks up nothing.
Nothing. I'm gonna call up to the rest of the party and get them to follow down. I'm obviously also going to move down myself, so people aren't just sliding
Are you
into me.
moving to that 120? Knowing it's safe?
80.
Alright, so you move. I'm gonna cast it again. There's nothing 40 feet in front of you. You all follow down, I assume?
Yep.
Cool.
I think no response is a yeah, usually.
I responded. We responded.
So you only move 80, did you say?
I'm going to move 80 forward, so it's plenty of room for people to come down and then tootle down as well.
So you're 360 feet away from the entrance to the Bahamut crypt. The
320 feet away from Remy.
And Wolfbearer. Don't forget Wolfbearer.
And Wolfbearer.
The pressure around you, for you, Raya, it feels like you're going deeper into the pools of water that the nymphs will have shown you in the forest, where they could take you to magical depths. So it does feel like you're, I mean, you've only gone 360 feet, which, if you look across anywhere, 360 feet is a decent distance. But but it's not we know, Tony, we know. But yeah, you can surmise that geographically you are at least going
just
out to
over
some
100
section of the
meters.
lake. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see that far.
Okay.
Yeah. So you
good
all
day.
saying to do it in 9 seconds, please. It's easy.
I'm then going to move that extra 40 feet forward where I still know that it's safe.
Cool. 400 feet. Ahead of you, you feel that breeze. You all feel it a little bit now. Obviously, it's passing Raya. By the time you get to Althea, you can hardly feel it, but there is a chillness in the air. A natural one. Being a druid, you recognise it to be, from just being deep underground.
Cavernous.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
1 foot in front of you is the next trap.
If only it was 121 feet. 3 inches.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking, do I cast another fine traps, or do I just walk forward a little
So
bit?
the fact that the breeze is a bit more present gives you, you might be close to a cave, an opening, or something ahead of you, but you just can't quite see it. So you've got easily beyond 120 feet to go before maybe seeing the destination or where this breeze is, the source of this breeze.
I'm gonna say to Raya from the back, like, you have also, like, you've been really good at just looking at things. It might be worth saving your spell slots and just having a look. Like, you might not have as much range, but maybe we could move a bit slower and you could look.
The thing is that most of these traps have been arcane in nature and not visible.
So for Hannah's knowledge,
Apart from the stuff on the floor.
Looking for traps, anyone can do. You just roll an investigation or a perception, your choice. The reason rogues are good at it is they get to add proficiencies and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyone can have a check. But Raya is correct. They've been arcane in nature, so are usually harder to spot. Your
You're
find
an
traps is
arcane
obviously
creature.
a guaranteed. Oh yeah, that's how it works.
Okay.
You fools, we all have swords.
I'm gonna just take a deep breath and okay, you have a point. Let's see if I can see any stones or anything or any visible traps first
Give me a perception
before I
check.
go casting anything for arcane. 27.
Cool.
I love having
Shit.
+8.
The bed.
Ah!
You don't see anything that jumps out of you of a trap nature. The corridor still seems to be pretty manufactured rather than natural. You see two things on the floor that at first you took for just large stones, and I'm talking like house brick size stones, not boulders.
Yeah.
With your 27, they seem to have the shape of forest creatures that you recognise to be squirrels. And they are maybe 50 feet from you, just laid on the floor. They're laid on the floor, they're not stood up, they're laid on the floor.
Sorry, can I just mention the fact that I got Brian Millie to download a new app called Camo, so it zooms in on your face as you're moving around. And as you mentioned stone squirrels and Millie lifted her head up, it just zoomed straight into her face. I thought that was very funny. But there appear
Clip
to
it.
be two.
There are two squirrels. You don't know if they're stone or otherwise, but they're about 50, 55 feet ahead of you. They're just laid either side of the corridor, just laid flat, like just laid, not moving, not doing anything, just laid. They're not stood
I
up.
run to the squirrels.
As you do. Oh, the fireball traps go off. So you run the 50 feet to the squirrels.
Yeah.
As you bear down on them, you can see that they, as before, when you've seen these creatures, they look real and tangible and soft, and they move, but they appear to be made from a lifelike stone. Their eyes are closed. They're not moving. There's no raising of their chest. You, being a druid, immediately recognise these two creatures to have passed on.
No.
I would like to find traps, please.
Boosh. At the full extent of the 120, right on the edge of it, you catch a glyph on the ceiling. Definitely intent. You feel a very dangerous vibe about it. You can assume passing under it would be the trigger. You're unsure. You're unsure if it has a proximity. Meaning, will it go off if I'm 10 feet to it, 20 feet away from it, 30 feet away from it?
Directly underneath it.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But the other one didn't give you that vibe. The other one you knew you had to walk through. This one you're unsure if there's a proximity.
Okay. Cool. Number one, I'm gonna stope up the stress pedal.
There's two of them. There's two of them.
Scoop up the stone squirrels.
Okay. Yep.
And I'm gonna.
They feel lifeless.
Pop them into my bag.
What is it with this group? Carrying
Absolute animals, I tell you. You know when you empty your bags at the campaign, you're like, oh, what did you collect? Fingers, dead squirrels, eyeballs, tongues.
That's
Roach in a bottle.
Oh, I
What's
haven't.
a
I
head?
got rid of it.
I'm not carrying anything weird.
Just the bad.
Oh, Valk has a mouse and a cockroach.
You do have Jeremiah and what was the cockroach called?
Martin or something like that.
Oh, it was
Like-
something stupid. Richard.
It's
Richard.
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 It's Richard. Yeah,
Richard.
it's Richard. It's Richard. That's well ash. It was something stupid. Was it Richard?
It's Richard.
No, it's because I was thinking about the name Dick, and I was like, I knew that
It's-
we
you're
wouldn't
not
called
helping.
it
You're
Dick,
not
so we
helping.
called it Richard.
That's a vast improvement.
So that was brilliant. What do you call that? What do you call that dickhead? We know. I love you, Rich.
Richard.
I love you,
Yeah.
mate. I named a cockroach after you. You know what I mean?
It wasn't after Rich.
No.
God. But yeah.
Sure.
Q&A
And
at
then
the end of the campaign.
I assume people have followed me because I've just run forward and
But
scooped
you
some
assume
shit
away,
up.
I don't know. Just so you know, Rich, my middle name's Richard. You know, we can be dicks together, dude.
Yeah.
Well, David and Richard, yeah. But it's one of them. You know what I mean? It's one of them.
It's there.
It's there. It's in there, but I'm a dick too.
Face. I need you to dispel some more magic, please, because this one could go really wrong really, really quick. But I don't know how close we could get to it before we went wrong.
Okie dokie.
Has anyone seen the movie
Whereabouts?
Backdraft?
It's like 120 feet down on the ceiling.
Okay, I need to get a little bit closer because if it's right at the edge of your range, I'm not going to reach it.
And the proximity
Why can
is
you not reach
125.
Because if it's 120 feet away from you, I'm a foot behind you. I'm just saying.
She
it's
needs
a
to
little-
stand where you are now.
So she like Rhea just kind of flattens
There's
herself
enough
to the
space
wall.
for you to.
Oh,
It's 7
she
feet
still does
high,
it.
2 feet wide. This corridor.
Dan, take a step forward.
Rhea's been
I'll
walking
go
sideways.
past Rhea and stop exactly as best I can where Rhea was.
Okay. As you push past each other, both your chests meet just for fanfic, and then you swap places. All right, Anna. Jesus fucking Christ.
You know I love
Clip
some
it.
fanfic, I ain't
Clip
gonna
that.
lie.
Clip that.
Rhea grew up fast.
Send it to my private. So you have now swapped
that-
places.
Yes, I will cast Dispel Magic where she's told me to cast it.
D20.
Please roll good. If not, please use a reroll.
I'm going
Use
to use a
all
reroll.
the
Hero.
Okay, 19.
Okay.
First one was 16. It's a little bit on the cusp, you know?
Your spell goes off, and you are confident you have dispelled it.
I'm confident I've dispelled it.
Okay. Rhea now swaps places with FaZe again
My boots.
and starts very gingerly walking forward.
Have a little faith.
I love that.
This thing could
That-
go real bad.
I just have to point that out. That is the greatest meta of any player base is searching traps. It doesn't matter what class you are, what rogue you are, what they roll. You never trust your mate. You never. Every party. Are you sure? Are you sure? I know we thought that.
Well,
dragon
nothing
together,
was said.
And I resurrected you.
She said she was very confident that
Oh,
her
I
spell had
love it.
worked. That's
She
it.
didn't say it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay. Oh shit. Sorry. Okay. Well,
Oh,
I
I love it.
confidently walk forward then.
Yeah, I love it. You walk right up to where the trap was. Nothing happens. A few feet
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Cool. As you get there, 30 feet in front of you, it then becomes natural, and it is a cave opening, or at least the cave itself. It is massive, and also has a pool, small lake within this cave. Like you come out of it goes from the corridor that was manufactured to the more natural area of the cave itself. You see no exit of this cave. It's not like it goes out into a coastal area or anything like this. But the cave is easily twice the size of Bahamut's crypt, where you just fought a gargantuan creature. So this cave is massive. And within it is also like an underground lake. It's far bigger than a pool or a pond. It's a massive lake.
Okay.
Not quite the size. The one above you is fucking huge and is the main where the river goes out to the sea. But under here it's just a huge lake. On the far side of the cave, so where you come in, on the opposite sides of the caves, there are glyphs, and they seem to be, what's the word, like maybe 3 inches off the wall, just hovering there. So you got the wall, and then a magical glyph. They're very obvious. They're very clear. You're not casting detect traps or anything, and there are 3 of
Okay.
them just off the walls, and all 3 have a blue
Aura to them.
yeah, very very it's not vibrant. The opposite to vibrant. What's that? Dulled,
Muted.
muted. A very muted blue about them.
Like a neon sign that says "Feed me tacos and call me pretty."
That's in Elvish, just written.
Okay. Can I feel? can I get any like no, that won't work. Hey Bjorn,
Yes.
you can figure out whether something's good, bad, or ugly, right?
I think so.
Normally by taste.
What kind of thing are we? What do you want me to?
Well, there's some glyphs on the wall, and so far I haven't trusted much, and I don't trust this. Do you know what they say? Does anyone know what they say? Looks at Velk, who can read.
I don't think this is in my skill set.
How about anyone else?
Do I recognize them?
Yeah, what does it say? Okay, is there writing within it?
I wonder what I think this says.
Are you looking at it with your elven eyes?
I don't have that anymore.
What, your magical eyes?
Yeah.
What?
It was an eldritch invocation I gave it.
Oh,
for a different one.
I see.
Shit.
So you're just having an Arcana
Yeah.
check on the bastards, yeah?
I want to have a look.
No, I'm asking this out loud in a very obvious way, hoping that someone will.
The glyph. So there's.
Oh, I see. There's
There's
three
three.
glyphs, yep,
Yeah.
with a muted blue coloration to them, just off, like hovering off the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they're not attached to the wall.
they're
actually?
not attached.
I've
They're
still,
not attached.
I've still got it.
Okay,
I've still got it. I'm lying. I've still got it.
They're on the
I
far
will-
side, just so you know, they're on the far side of this lake, this cavern lake. Yep, they're on the far side of it. So you'd have to cross the lake to be in front of them to examine them, or you can have a cheeky look from where you are on this side, and you know, levels of dice will be different. This lake's like easy 100 feet across.
Are there any
thinks
stones
if
or
he
anything?
gets closer, he could figure out what they are.
Are there any
Okay.
stones or anything on the floor?
Yeah, you're in a cave.
Can I throw
Definitely
it?
don't throw a stone at the glyph.
Good shoot at it.
Not at the glyph. I can't throw that far.
I
D-
can.
Don't disturb the lake.
She said she does it.
So you're
Okay,
just
alright.
picking a
Just
stone up,
throwing the stone.
throwing it in the water.
Just in case it's an AoE.
2 hobbits die.
Uh,
It plinks, splashes into the water. Water settles, ripples go, all that good stuff.
Are there any plants around?
But there is, you know, a bit of natural flora for the cave. A couple of mushrooms.
Any that seem out of the ordinary for this environment?
Give me a nature check.
$19?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. I'm going to step into the cabin.
Alright, you're in the cavern. There's a lip of sorts where you are, on the edge of this lake. I won't quite say a beach, but there is a element of stone of this cavern, the flooring before the water itself.
Okay.
Give me a perception check, Raya.
26.
What's your perception made of?
+8.
Aha, that'll do it.
I'd still only get 9 and 10.
On
Yeah,
the
you would, yeah.
on
I'm waiting for it, I ain't gonna lie.
on the ceiling, the same sort of style of artwork that you saw in Bahamut's telling the story of Bahamut and that. You can see it's very much like you know, Neanderthal cave paintings, but they're actual like skill involved. But there's that sort of style, like choosing a font, caveman font. But as you follow it, you can see like there are great. I mean, this is a fucking big cave. You can see scenery of great sea battles, people boarding a ship, or a ship among the clouds, then great waves coming over the sides, sea creatures. You've seen sirens and merfolk and that, you know, all your life coming into the forest pools and stuff. Some are more monstrous, like the kraken tearing down the mast. You can see a bunch of people that are clearly, the heroes of the scene, and you see one that is larger than the rest with a silver scaled cloak reminding you of Bahamut and such. You see the multiple images of an arcane practitioner on the crow's nest of the ship firing magic down into the beast, which reminds you of the Hydra. And again, there are more tales, all seaworthy sea adventures. Sinbad would be suing me right now if he could see all the artwork that was on this ceiling.
Okay.
And a single name kind of just falls into memory: Thalia.
That is important. Wait, is it written, Thalia?
No, it's just as you are taking in these stories.
Oh, I'm thinking of Thalia.
Yeah, it's like getting
Okay.
to the end of the Lord of the Rings and never knowing Frodo's name and going, for Frodo.
Okay, that's fine. I was about to say, because if it's written down, no, I don't.
No. You absorb that information from reading the story. I say reading, but it's a picture story. It's perfect for Ray.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Rhea thinks about how Thalia is known as the Sky Trident.
I fucking love you. You note-taking bastard.
Yes, I do think of Thalia, the
Yes, I do.
Sky Trident, which is really important to us because
Rhea thinks about the Serenian hide that could sail in both air and sea.
the Serenian hide that could go in water and fly, which is
Is that the ship of the
cool.
Seven? Have I got that right?
Yes.
Velk
Yes,
smiling.
it
Okay,
is.
A little bald
I'm
man.
smiling. We're good.
Little
Like the
bald man
whole
appears
time that
next to
Ray is
Velk.
talking, he's just got like a side eye.
Velk's
on
dad
Velk.
appears.
Just. Uh-huh.
Was that Thalia the name of the ship or the one of the Seven?
One of the Seven. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Just gonna sort
Says
the
me.
camera
And
Not
what was her story? Oh, ID.
out. I did it on purpose. It's fine.
Okay.
I don't need to worry about me. It's just you lot.
Okay.
Her story was that she
Rhea thinks how the Seven were involved in many stories. Many had different mounts. Thalia happened to be the captain of the ship.
which is really important because
I'm saying we've been in a few different rooms and they've been linked to one of the Seven. So this is Thalia's room. We've been in the one with the blood paintings. We've been in the one with the Hydra. This is Thalia's room. But what was her? She was the captain of the ship. But what was?
trial she had to overcome.
Well, I have it in my notes, but my notes aren't here, so I can't help today because I don't know the answer, and I'm sorry.
But she had to overcome, and side eyes Velk.
Folks like,
A great trial of
Was there a trial? I don't know.
You lot give me
gargantuan
way more credit than deserve.
proportions that was really important to the history of life.
okay, we've gone to a
As
very
we've-
painted
we've slipped,
on
we've
the
gone.
ceiling.
Okay, Rhea. Okay, Rhea. That was a very
I'm
good effort.
just trying to
How did she-
remember.
What was the? How did she end? Because there was the different stories of how, like the,
I don't know what my notebook is.
neither do I.
She ended because And Rhea closes her eyes and like pinches her temples. Thinking. Definitely not buying time for Velk to read through his notes.
I'm gonna
just-
start.
Almost has an aneurysm.
What was that, Etheria?
How far away is the lake?
It's right in front of you. It's only a
Yeah,
few
you're
feet.
on the
You're
edge.
like you've literally essentially come onto the cavern floor is the beach to the lake.
Is the lake clear?
I wonder,
Like, can you see
it
into
might
it?
it might be, but it's in a cave, so it's hard to see the depths of it. You'd have
Is
to
it-
dive in and have a look, or send some light down there, or
Is it?
Or
Is it like big round lake and there's a lip round, or is it literally end of walk?
it's a natural lake. It's not a bowl. It's not a basin.
Yeah. Does it have a way around it though, or is it?
No, it's
just
almost beach-esque. Like the
Yeah.
cavern floor goes into the lake. Like you can
so
walk
beach
into it.
and water's like the
Yeah,
cave.
straight away, as if were to
Yeah.
paddle. You don't have to, not like a reservoir or anything. It is
Yeah.
au naturel.
Rhea thinks about how Geryon didn't really speak about the captain and Serenian Hyde, just simply said it was involved in their stories.
I think that someone didn't give us enough information.
We chose this route.
You can
but
kiss my
it's not
60-hour ass.
I probably have more information. Well, no, I shouldn't have more than Velk, to be honest.
I want to look around the lake edge, see if there's anything resembling a raft boat or otherwise, or anything that we can use to get across.
Just so you know, Ed, it's Serenian Hind, Hind, not Hyde.
Hind.
I might
I've
just.
written it like that. I'm just pronouncing it terribly.
Oh, okay.
Did you say it's about 100 feet to the other bank?
Yeah.
Is that Misty Step?
I was like, that's cool. You go 30 feet out to see. Whoosh.
No, and there's nothing resembling any kind of flirtation
Device.
The raft thing.
Well, no, there's 6 of them.
Theria thinks how they could get there. But only them.
I would like to cast air bubble, please.
Cool. Bob.
And
I could,
hey, looks like
yes,
I'm
shoot the glyph from here.
Shoot it? Why? We don't know what it does. Wouldn't it make more sense for at least one of us to go and investigate it?
I could take 2 of us.
1 plus me.
Beyond small
oh
and
shit!
light. No.
I can do the same.
Yeah, I love that you cast air bubble first, though. I did enjoy that. I'm like, can't you fly?
Well, yeah, because I was just gonna go for a swim and see what was in here.
Why would you swim? Oh, I see. Yeah.
I could take Velk to look at the sigils.
The sigils. I like it. it.
seagulls.
We'll claim it as
Yeah.
deliberate.
I'm gonna go for a swim. I just dive in,
That's very well.
even though it's very shallow. So I'm gonna walk to where it's then
Snaps
deeper.
her neck.
I don't need to breathe, so I will go with Rhea.
You
Just
don't need
wave.
to breathe.
Just wave at them from the
And
bank.
walk backwards.
I'm standing there in full plate
Enjoy the
armor. I'm
acid.
Have fun in the
The
tar.
stone
see ya.
did not sizzle on impact, so
It's made of rock. My-
and acid can sizzle rock.
Some acids.
We're not redesigning rock paper scissors, guys. Right, let's we're about
Acid
Spock,
beats
lizard,
rock.
fire, acid.
Acid beats Faye.
Velk, would you like to join me on the other side?
Looks like you're dying again.
Etheria thinks, fuck off.
Velk holds up his hand.
I hold Velk's hand and then I just Put my other hand
Worryingly.
out.
Vel had a
I-
question.
Yeah. Excuse me.
To be fair, that's how I read it.
I just put my other hand out, grab hold of a bright pink doorknob, and step through and cast
All right,
Dimension
right,
Door.
cool. I grab one of Volk's bright pink
Yeah.
doorknob.
Your mind went elsewhere. My magic's pink, not purple.
Cool. You dimension door, yeah?
Yep.
You land on the other side, and we'll get to that bit. Raya and Bjorn, you go into the sea. Well, the lake.
I'm about to say the lake. You said it was a lake.
Bjorn, are you swimming or just letting yourself sink?
Well, I'm quite heavy.
That's not
so
what I
I'll
asked.
probably just let myself sink.
Why do people do
sink.
that? Why do people
I'll
do
sink.
that? Right.
There was a painting of the Kraken on the roof.
I'm heavy, mate, but I can swim. So, Bjorn and Ray, as you go in and you start letting yourselves go deeper into the lake, give me a perception check.
Before I fail it. Yeah.
We've got re-rolls.
I'm gonna re-roll.
Yeah.
And you've got 9 minutes
Rerolls.
till I end the session.
Please
that-
use them.
I cannot
Jesus
listen
Christ,
to
I'm gonna re-roll again.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
roll too.
There we go.
Oh my god, you guys.
21.
it.
I've
None
got
of you
2
swat the
natural
Kraken.
ones.
I
I've got
don't
2
think you
natural
should be
ones.
allowed to re-roll
I got
2 in a row.
I got a 13.
After re-rolls?
Yeah.
Okay, Raya? After re-rolls?
21.
Alright, cool, that's better. Bjorn, you look across. Eventually, when your eyes focus, you fucking whammers, you see Bjorn swimming in a circle. Just keep swimming. Raya, you nudge Bjorn and point downwards, and there is a very large, dark ship. What do you get? 21? Encased in ice. Like you just see the silhouette of a very long, almost. There's no detail to it. Could be a fucking whale, but it's it's a long, dark silhouette encased in ice on the bottom of this lake.
How far away would you say we are? Said the lake's what, 100 feet across?
100 feet across. It's deep. I'll say another 100 feet down, maybe a bit more.
Okay.
But 25 meters holding your breath. I mean, your ears start popping. Like,
I want to swim within 60 feet of it.
done.
I'm gonna follow.
The
My
ice is
bubble lasts for
thick.
24 hours.
Give
so-
me another perception check.
Can I take a reroll?
Yeah.
If you've got rerolls left.
We had 7. We've got
Yes.
3, depending
So
what
we've got
Bjorn
4
used.
left. I think Bjorn used 1.
I used 1.
Yeah, so we've got 4 left.
3
Big
left.
party, may I?
3 left.
Yeah,
Cool.
I hope you fucking do.
Mm.
I rolled a natural 1.
Much better. 27.
Yeah,
Cool.
5.
Bjorn's just realised he's in water. when did this happen?
I'm wet.
Yeah, you're on the wrong bit, mate. Raya, now that you're closer, you can see the outline of a ship. 3 masts, massive galley, encased in ice.
Fucking
I'm
knew
gonna
it.
I'm gonna use sense mortality.
Oh, you're smarter than I am.
So as an action,
What is it? What are the
Okay.
flavours?
give me a second. Open my awareness to detect any life force. I know the location of any beast, dragon, elemental, fey, humanoid, giant, or monstrosity.
And what's the range?
Within 60 feet. Which is why I swam closer.
So, close to where you are now, 60 feet away from this ice block of a ship. 60 feet around you. Ding, 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 ding. About 30 monstrous.
Monstrosities.
They're all within about 40 feet of you.
Raya's gonna go.
You know when I don't know if you've ever done this. I used to find it amusing as a child. You put your head underwater and then you splash the water, and you can hear that movement in the water. Yeah, a lot of it behind you.
Those videos of just tossing like a chicken leg into piranha-infested waters. The piranhas.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of that.
Rhea goes faster.
Cool. Just
Laps from the shore.
I said it out loud. It's fucking happening. So, you two, can you give me athletics checks, please? As you come out with no legs.
22.
Cool. That's not bad for Ray. Jesus.
She's scared.
Come on, Bjorn.
9.
Oh,
She just thought she was going for a swim.
We've still got a couple of rerolls.
Yeah, use a reroll.
Okay.
I'm getting dice out, so it's up to you.
16.
If you'd have gone 9. 16. So you both take half damage as you feel this, exactly like Richard just described, that like the chaos of bubbles all around you. You feel biting teeth rip into your shins and feet as you are swimming, and you take 10, 15, 7 points of piercing damage.
And there's going to be an and.
No, your athletics check was enough. You only get the and if you fail.
Okay.
The hand.
You get dragged back under. And you're rushing to the surface. While that's happening, Velk and Etheria, you're there. These glyphs are maybe the size of a Goliath or a large human in height and width. Circular, in front of you. They appear to be just levitating in front of you. These 3 large glyphs, muted blue, and they're not attached to the wall. They don't seem to be like on anything. It's not like there's a bit of wood and they've been painted on. They're just 3 magical glyphs levitating in front of you.
Do they say do not go into the water, shark-infested waters?
No, you say that. Etheria feels the need to go, do not go in the fucking...
So my book will start floating around and I will cast Identify.
Nice.
Okay. Are you casting it? Sorry, are you ritually or just boom?
I'll do it. So it's a minute cast time anyway. So
I'll cast
it.
Is
normally.
it? I didn't know Identify was a minute, but okay.
Yeah, it's still slow.
As if you'd ever cast it. I suppose in this scenario I'm wrong, but you take 10 rounds, or you take. All right, so you begin that then, yeah.
I'd like to study them just to see if I recognise.
You give me an Arcana check at advantage because Velk's doing an Identify alongside of it. Bjorn and Rhea, can you give me another athletics check, please? As you feel that these creatures, Rhea, they don't feel like the nasty fish that you've come across. They seem to have a bit more gusto about them.
Really? No way!
We do anything else while we're in the water apart from swimming?
It's up to you. You can avoid the athletics check and do something, or keep swimming.
Alright. Is Rhea next to me?
I'd assume close, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna grab Rhea and do Thunder Step.
Cool. How much damage do you do? Do you do some damage, don't you?
Yeah. Give me a second. Thunder Step is gonna be 4d10.
Okay. Can you roll them, please?
Yep. It's a con save if you want them to roll.
No. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You'd have to roll fuck low.
18
Cool.
points of thunder damage to everything within I believe it's
like
10 foot.
And they're on you anyway, so yeah.
10 foot
Yeah,
around
yeah.
me. And then
So,
I take Rhea,
for FaZe and Althea, Velk and Theory probably concentrating, like dynamite fishing. Yep. You just see Bjorn and out the lake, Superman hero land next to you two, and then fall over. And then lots of things seem to fly into the air. Very large, like ugly little mother kippers, like long sharp teeth that are all crooked, blind, Even their fins have got like little teeth on them, and you see little mouths sticking out at the side of their like flanks, and that where they can bite you from all angles. Even the tail fin's got teeth on it, and they all just seem to be like floating on top of the lake.
Just look at them on the floor and go, all right.
That went well then.
Do not go in the water.
Got little bite marks all over them.
Yeah, I do. I'm just feathers.
You found the locals, I'm assuming.
Maybe.
We found the ship.
Oh.
And is it accessible? Do we need the ship?
It's
Well,
encased in ice.
It would be really cool though, because I have a feeling it's Thalia's ship.
Is the... You said it's encased in ice. Is the water very cold? I'm not sticking a finger in there to find out, let me tell you.
Bjorn and Rhea, it wasn't Arctic cold.
Not
Eh.
really.
Well, let's just hope Etheria and Velk don't encounter any interesting right.
Etheria and Velk.
We'll find
Arcane,
out what you're doing next month.
Etheria, it is... There are similarities to the calligraphy that your elementalists use back in the Vey Dynasty.
I rolled
You-
18.
You reckon... Oh shit, I should have asked. You reckon... Rolled a nat 1. Found out a lot on that one, you know. Imagine if you'd have got a 20.
Or just reel all this off and be like, that's not true.
I mean, you started
Absolute
bypassing.
bullshit. Yeah.
You just started bypassing my rolls just to be nice.
I'm just ignoring your dice. I tell you to roll dice so you feel good about it. But and seeing that it is elementally based, it doesn't take you too long to work out that it is a water-based elemental. Set, all three of them set of glyphs. You do feel there are slight differences in the glyphs that tell you that even though they're all water-based, they have different functions, and that's about as much as you would get just looking at them.
Yeah, I kind of muttered that, but not trying not to disturb Velk too much.
Velk, on your identification, you discover that these three glyphs combined are a arcane lock. Yep, it is currently locked, and the glyphs are out of sync to where they would be need to open. Very much like a safe code or something like this. Yep. You determine from your identification that for the lock to be open, the flow, the frost, and the surge need to be in the right sequence.
The what was the first one?
Flow, so the flow of water.
Yeah.
Frost,
Yeah.
freeze the water, and the surge of water. They need to be in the correct sequence. You also know that just putting your hand into the glyph, you can turn it. You don't have to experiment that. This is what you get from your identify. He fucking lied. And you are aware that they will perform those actions of the glyph that you're turning. You just need to discover the correct sequence of which your identification doesn't give you.
When you say they'll perform those actions, like
If you turn the
and
freezing one,
expect-
it will
Yeah.
freeze water. You have no idea
Yeah.
if it's the lake,
Yeah.
you know, a cup of water in your hand or
Yeah.
what. You turn the other one, it will flow, the other one will surge. And there is a sequence to it that you just need to discover.
So unlock the arcane lock.
Whatever those three glyphs have locked, it would unlock it. He's on mute. Now, before we
He's on
do
mute
it,
and I can hear him yelling.
Just can't hear him from the other side of the
before we
lake.
do any of that, I'm up in 5 hours. So I'm going to call the session there. Feel free to work it out and get ready to smash it home next Monday if you lot are available, or just wait till next Monday. It's your choice.
Yeah,
But,
we should be.
But yeah, we should be good. Viewers, thank you very much. First session of 2024. We're back at it. When glory was not enough, we turned into animals, started chopping people up.
I didn't.
I mean, to be fair, been chopping people up since like session 5. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you all next Monday, hopefully, and every Monday after. Fables Among Titans, if you follow our Tuesday campaign, will be returning soon once we get January out of the way. Chronicles of Needham has got its final episode coming, so please watch out for those shout outs. It's going to be amazing. And Sophia Pregnancy Loss and Support Charity is going to be shouted about fairly consistently throughout the year, and we will keep reminding you that our week-long is coming in July again, where we will set up some giveaways, set up a round-the-table live show, 60 hours of it, because it was great last time. We want to do it again. And we'll probably do it every year, to be fair. Right. Thank you very much. Players, you're amazing. Thank you very much for turning up, and let's smash this year. For now, say good night, players.
Can I play?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.